Hello, and welcome to yet another Rag Company podcast. That's right, I'm your host, Dane Hennon. To my right, Levi Gates, who's actually so far, he's on the screen.
I'm hiding.
Just scoot a little bit this way, please.
I'm hiding,
bring it
Dane.
on over. And, of course, to my left, Anthony Fisher.
Hey, Dane. What's going on?
Hey. So, guys, any housekeeping before we get into the good bits, the meat and potatoes of this podcast?
Yeah, there is. It's a beautiful Monday here.
Okay.
Yeah, Boise, Idaho, right?
Weird little snowstorms blowing through.
A little cold. Yeah, a little bit of some light snow, right?
Yeah.
Very light and breezy. Sun's out, though, right?
Yeah.
So it means the guns are out, obviously. But what I wanted to talk about today, right, is a couple things going on here, or things to expect here at the Rag Company, right? Mm-hmm. I highly suggest signing up for the Rag Company newsletter. You know, we beat this into you. We beat this into the ground, this information.
We do, and I really hope that you guys are signed up, and we're not just saying this into the ether.
Yeah.
Because if you missed out on the secret sale because you weren't signed up,
it's not our
Shame
fault.
on you, bud.
Shame on you.
That's on you.
The only reason we're telling you to do this is because it's a good thing.
Yeah, because tomorrow something could happen, right?
Right.
Because tomorrow the date is something
Tomorrow's
strange.
an anomaly.
It's a 2-2-2-2-2.
That's always
Yeah.
there.
Yeah,
So-
no, that's how you sign up.
That's how you sign up.
That's
though.
where you sign up.
But tomorrow's date is a little bit special, right? It's not going to happen again for another how many
Like
hundreds of
100 years.
Oh
Yeah.
You think we'll
Insane.
still be
Yeah.
around?
Like another 100 years.
Actually, yeah. Well, technically, if we were
And it
all
won't be
threes.
another for like another 200 years.
Yes,
It's
you're
going to be hard
correct.
to that
You
again.
are correct.
Because then it'll be a 2
Well,
kind of
and
thing.
The way I see it, Levi, is that with technology and advancing these days, I should see no reason why I can't live to be at least 200 to 300 years old.
Exactly.
Oh,
right.
I don't see
Wow.
why not. And we'll be around in either voice modulated robots,
Yeah.
cyborgs.
I'm going to be
like
a
to call
Force
them.
Ghost.
Yeah, Dane's going to be a Force Ghost.
So I would like to be one of those like heads from Futurama.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Nixon in a jar.
Yeah. So you can just bring me around.
Yeah, I think it'd be great. I think it'd be
Yeah, that
fun.
whole thing.
I think
Yeah.
it'd be silly. I think you'll have lots of great little quips
Yeah.
and little things that you'll say that some people probably won't understand,
Probably not.
but
Underwater.
we'll all laugh.
So tomorrow there is going to be a sale.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say that. There is going to be a sale.
Yeah.
So you should probably go and check that out. You should probably either sign up for the newsletter so you're aware of when it goes live, or just plan on maybe checking out the website tomorrow. Besides that, right, we are coming up into March fast.
Yeah, real fast.
Real fast, man. It's coming up on us quick, right? And what is March the start of?
Spring.
Which
Detail season.
we consider that to be what, Levi?
March Madness.
No.
Oh.
I
Guess
said
again.
it.
Spring kickoff. Toyotathons coming
Dane,
back.
Dane
I
said
the
something I
words.
couldn't hear him, but
I said the
Toyotathon.
I
no,
did
it's
the
not
thing.
Toyotathon. Is anybody not? Nobody knows what
I
what
said
spring is.
I already said it. It's the detailing kickoff season. I'm
Oh,
the one
you
that
did.
said
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
It
yeah.
was
I
me
said the
that
thing.
said it.
Sorry,
Those
I
words
mis-
came
I
out of my
misheard.
mouth
I
through
guess I
my
don't
microphone.
exist.
I misheard. So you're right. Detailing kickoff, right? Which is the start of spring. Which for the most part, most people, most of us around the
gets warm
country,
out.
can start to get out there and start having.
You can
fun
use
with
your
some fun
hose
stuff.
again, your outside hose
I
bib.
know, thank God, right?
I almost did that this weekend because it was like 60 in Boise, and I was like going to go fill up a bucket, O&R, and I thought, I'm going to use the hose because it's like 60 degrees outside. And then I thought, yeah, but then I got to take off the freeze thing, and then I
Man,
got to
if
put
it ain't
the
frozen,
hose.
start
And then I
hosing.
looked
That's
at
what
the
I
weather, and I said, yeah, it's going to freeze again this week. Just going to leave it. I went back into the garage and filled it up from the tub.
Give it a shot, you hoser.
So, but that means that the start of detailing
Yeah.
season will probably provide us with some more cool sales and opportunities and things like that. And so, Alex Dewar brings up a great little comment here. It says, feeling lucky, right?
Well, yeah, you have the luck
Yeah.
of the Irish.
So, what
And as a
day does the
33%
luck of the Irish
as
typically
a
happen on?
33% Irish
Gotta go
person.
a couple weeks in.
A couple weeks in. What
Yeah,
is
the
like
17th.
Is like the 17th a special day for some
Well, it's
reason?
St. Patrick's Day,
Oh, that is right.
patron saint of Ireland.
And that is the day that Jeff and Carolyn said that we could drink Guinnesses here on the podcast.
I don't think that's what they said.
No?
No.
Are you sure?
They said, Anthony, don't drink Guinnesses on the. They said, don't
They said don't drink
Yeah,
Guinnesses
they're
on there.
very,
right?
very
So
emphatic
what do
about
I
that.
do about
Don't.
the Irish car bombs?
Don't drink those.
That's the Baileys
No.
and the Guinness.
No, you can drink those after you leave work.
Okay.
You just can't do it while on company property. Jeff was
Gotcha.
very specific.
All right. Okay. So I'm at least bringing a platter of corned beef and cabbage for Dane Eats.
Okay. Dane will enjoy that. He loves that. He goes, we eat very traditional fare.
I have
as,
it. I don't look.
As a heavy Irish family, the McElraneys. Big Irish family, big Irish Catholic family on his mom's side.
Die.
I'd say at least we got the name for it.
Yeah.
I would die to see Dane eat a big, like a platter of corned beef and cabbage.
Delicious.
I'd do it.
I know.
It better be worth it, but I'd
That'd be
do
delicious.
The thing
it.
is, I think corned beef. To me, I love corned beef.
Yeah.
Cabbage, I'm not. My body doesn't process cabbage.
Yeah.
Literally, it
Yeah.
doesn't process it.
Yeah, like most human bodies don't process corn.
Yeah. Mine
And
does.
yet
Still
we
bits
have
of
so much
cabbage.
of it.
You don't
So
digest it.
anyway, moving on from the digestive talk.
The other thing that we've got going is tomorrow is the kickoff of the Detail Masters Academy.
It is.
All you got to do is go
Who's our friends hosting that?
Marcy and Alex Tran.
They are. Yeah.
If you didn't sign up on Thursday, you still got time. Go in, sign up. You can even keep signing up into the week if you'd like. And you'll get 2 videos from folks like myself, Juan, Rennie Doyle, Ivan LaCroix, a number of great detailers.
great lineup.
20 videos, I believe, are right. It's 12 days or 30-something, 500 videos. Anyway, Marcy's got a ton of videos, 2 a day that are getting sent to your email inbox that you can watch or listen to at your leisure.
Yeah.
Which is great. And perhaps if you're getting into a video and getting into it, you're starting a business, or maybe you've been in business, it's great to be able to listen to a lot of different viewpoints. And this is a great way to do it. So sign up if you haven't yet, Detailers Business Academy or mastersacademy.com/registration. Make sure you sign up because it starts tomorrow.
Yep.
And you want to be in on those. So
Yeah.
speaking of which, I have to register today so I can be a part of it
Yes.
as well.
So
Good
one last talking point I wanted to just kind of get
Yeah.
out here before we jump into our weekends, right? Is oh
gee.
my
Oh, gee.
gosh.
G.
G. Davis. G. Davis says Dane's utility sink
Oh, no.
bidet would revolt after a platter
There are
of corned
so
beef
many
and
things wrong with
cabbage.
that
That's-
sentence.
it is.
Utility sink bidet.
Yeah, it is right. You just turn the faucet upside down.
Oh, no.
So what I want to talk about
Yeah.
is, I know that there is some other channels out there that are still working on car builds and whatnot, and planning things out for maybe their channel, right? And it could be for maybe a giveaway. It could be for just their own, personal. They got some type of build going on,
Yeah.
right? We haven't done anything. We haven't purchased a new vehicle for that.
No.
We've talked about whether or not we want to do that again.
We had a committee built to purchase a vehicle, but the committee, some of us were on Slack, some of us were on Teams,
slow.
some of us were on Facebook Messenger,
Yeah.
and we kind of lost out on it.
Correct. So what I'm wanting to know is, would you guys like to see another style of whether it's a car build or whether it's like maybe we just bring in a car to flip, right? And we say, hey, we're going to flip this car via detailing and detailing only, right? And we see if we can do that. Is that something you guys would want to see? I know that there's a lot of other channels doing the car thing, and I think it's really fun. For
We have a
example,
blast.
well, I mean, I've been watching, Matt's Project Perfection of the E92 M3, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
I heard you watching that because I know that distinctive engine note.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm not in love with that car. I think it.
Have you driven one though?
I haven't driven one, but I
The
think,
driving dynamics are what make that special.
They drive like a BMW as far as I'm concerned.
I think
There's nothing
that they-
special about it. It drives about equal
I'm
to
not a
so people are
BMW
gonna-
fan,
no.
but certain ones.
No,
No,
they drive like a
people are
Sonata.
Gonna, people are gonna like say,
Dane,
Anthony, you're wrong.
I've driven more cars than either of you guys have.
That's true. I know you've
and
driven
I
over
will tell
10,000
you,
cars in your lifetime.
I will tell you
Yeah.
that they drive no different. One of the worst driving vehicles I've ever driven are Porsches.
Yeah.
I think they are horrendous vehicles to drive. And then
So-
the BMWs,
You know how he does. He
BMWs
doesn't know what
feel
he's talking about because he
heavy.
doesn't even specify which Porsches.
all of them, Dane. The
That's
only one
not
that
true.
I actually really enjoy is the Panamera. I think that is a fine, beautiful vehicle that drives like
Now I know
the
you're
closest to my Elantra. Now, Dane, I am serious, though. I've said this on a number of things. I hate the way Porsches drive. I don't like the way the 911s drive. I don't like the way the Boxsters drive. I don't like the way the any of the other Tiguans and things like that. Those are Volkswagens.
That's a Volkswagen.
Point is, a BMW is not a great driving car. They're very nose heavy. Their steering is very vague and disconnected.
You're talking about Audis right now.
So listen.
No, that's how BMW. Audis also drive like garbage, but they're turboed, so they're quick up the line with all-wheel drive.
Much misinformation happening.
Anyways, so what I was trying to say is that I think that the E92 is a rather boring-looking vehicle.
I think so. I think they're very
I wish
boring.
that there was more going on.
I would take a 2
Some
Series.
people say that
I
they're
would drive a
beautiful
2
in their
Series
simplicity.
over an E92.
Right?
I think it's a
I
jump.
think it's just kind of boring. But that's no offense to anybody that has one.
True.
Because
Hey,
the
if you
thing
love
is-
them, you love them.
Because the
That's
thing
fine.
is
I
that
love Elantras and Sonatas.
I think that they can look really good, and I think that, but you need a lot going on, right? It's a very simple looking vehicle.
Going back, out of all the vehicles that I've ever driven,
Yeah. Yeah.
the ones that I miss the most, that I wish I had more time behind the wheel of, that I think, man, this would actually be fun to really enjoy, is an Evo.
Oh yeah.
Driven a number of Evos.
Yeah.
Love taking it around the corner on the Y. I try to push them, see if I can get 100, 110 around the Y. I've done it.
Oh, God.
Okay.
Now,
Anyways,
but that's one.
There's so many
The
things
other
I
ones
want to
that-
say, but I will take
the
us
other
on
one
a
that I
tangent for
miss.
hours,
The other one
and
that I
can't
miss.
do that.
My Sonoma, my little Sonoma,
Yeah.
the ZQ8 performance package. I really wish I would have kept that vehicle to do a little more because I love the way that little truck drove.
Yeah. All right.
Perfect size, perfect body weight, all that stuff.
You know how much it's killing me
I know
not
it's
to
killing
say
you.
anything.
So, but listen.
So many things I want
There
to
we go.
say.
Thank you, Kimberly.
hold
A
on,
truck
hold
rebuild
on.
and drop it. Thank you.
So
Little
I
Sonoma,
think the
it's a great idea.
E92 in general is a rather boring.
It's a
looking
bland-looking
vehicle.
car.
Is it? You can agree.
It's
Bland.
bland.
It's bland.
Yeah, it is bland.
You think I'm some like super fan
no,
of that?
no.
Absolutely
No,
not.
I don't think you're a super fan of it.
The
I
engine,
think-
the powertrain, specifically in the E92 M3, that V8 is very special. Just like in the E60 M5, that V10 was very special. Problem
broke
prone,
all the
no
time.
question.
Yeah,
Lots of
V10
problems.
broke all the time.
Yeah, not a special
They are
motor at
much
all.
closer to and they broke a lot because they're closer to a race engine than most street cars get. They have a lot of different things that
resale
are
value is the
integrated into
worst
them
thing
that
that
are
ever
more
happened.
motorsport oriented than
M5 was
traditional
worth
ones.
nothing.
Now afterwards, they learned their lesson. They went, okay, people can't handle the maintenance on these things. We're just going to go back to doing
Maintenance, just
more
change the
normie
oil.
upgraded engines that are fast but don't necessarily have some of the more peaky characteristics, some of the more we have troubles kind of characteristics that a more race oriented engine would have. There's this technology that's baked into them.
So going back to
moved
the
away from.
E92, right? I think that car. I've been watching Matt's thing, right? And I really so the thing is, I love the attention to detail that Matt does on all of his things. You guys know that already. But this, I've just been mainly watching this latest kind of series just because I want to see what he does to what his level of idea of perfection is because I think it's interesting. So. I don't know, though. I mean, I just don't know what realm that we would jump into in terms of that, right? Because I know that we have some friends within the industry that are also doing some car builds. I've seen a lot of other YouTube channels picking up new cars, doing a lot of fun stuff. It's weird. It's just strange. Y'all wouldn't happen to know anyone giving away an E92. No, I wouldn't know anybody, Yoshi, that's doing that. Matt is doing that.
Dang, Jeff, he sprung for an OG Viper chair to try and win Matt's E92.
Jeff,
That's pretty
see,
amazing. See, so like,
that is the commitment.
Yeah.
I would never say that the E92 is perfection by any means.
I would say Jeff's
whatsoever.
5 Series is probably more perfection than that E92. His X5, his X5 that he had.
I don't
think
know.
It's a way better
He's
vehicle.
just trying to upset me right now.
No, I'm
not taking the bait.
Again, I've driven
yeah. Close to 10,000 vehicles.
50,000 vehicles.
It keeps going up.
No, I drove over 4,000 cars a year
I'm gonna go out
over
on a
the
limb
course
and
of
say I've
20 years.
owned and driven more different vehicles
Well, Dane,
in
you
the last
haven't.
2 years than either of you guys.
Yeah, but Dane, you drive them slow. You don't really let them up. You don't light them up like you've never taken an Evo at 110 around the top of the Y.
You don't know that I haven't.
I'm
Not
just
on the
telling you.
Y.
I know he hasn't. But
He knows.
I've taken probably 5 Evos up there.
no, I'm not saying I'm not saying the Evo is even a better car than the
See,
E92.
Goomy's
love
right.
these really
3000
fast
GT
Lancers.
VR4, best car ever made. Again, top of the line. That's a bigger Evo.
You want to talk about a car with problems? I love the 3000 GT VR4. I think they're awesome looking cars. I also love the Dodge Stealth from the era, just because growing
too
up as
love
a
the
90s
Dodge
kid,
Stealth. There's
I really
nothing
like
finer.
those. But I'm also not totally oblivious to the fact that the base model was front wheel drive and they're heavy and very complex and just prone to some stupid issues.
I
now,
love the old
if you
Bandit.
work around that, very awesome car. Talk about the Nissan 300ZX, similar case. You're trying to work in the engine bay, it sucks. But they've appreciated like crazy over the last few years. So
now I'll
I've
agree
been
with
very
Grant.
impressed
I like
with
the
where that market has
E46
gone.
M3 better than the E92, and I like the M1.
So
The one,
I
the
actually
1M is
Yeah.
magical.
like
That
the
is an
styling
awesome
of the
little car.
I love the styling of the E46 more than the
Me
E92.
too.
I think there's more going on.
I do
right?
too.
But I think it sounds the worst. So
it's hard to tune because some sound super farty, and
no, they
other
all
ones
just
sound very
farty.
throaty.
Morgan's car
Yeah, Morgan's
was
specifically.
They're
god
raspy.
awful.
Did you ever listen
like
to
crap.
Tyler's?
It's a
Have you listened to
characteristic of
Tyler
that
Santarus's?
particular-
Tyler sounded better than Morgan's, right?
Yeah.
But it was also much quieter,
Yeah,
right?
very quiet.
But they're all
Tyler's
raspy.
E46. I mean, that red, dude, it was beautiful. What's that called? What's it red
gorgeous.
called? It's called starts with an M.
Milano, right?
No, it's not Milano red. It's called something else.
Honda
red.
paint.
Imola?
No, Imola red.
Imola?
Yes, yeah,
Imola?
Imola. Imola red. So
I
um,
believe.
yeah, you're right.
Imola.
Yeah.
No, that's a
E,
beautiful
Imola.
car.
Yeah, that red is amazing. But no, so Grant says E46 and 1M. I think the 1Ms are pretty dang nice. As
Oh,
well.
I think
there's a lot
they're-
more
I think
going
they're
on.
great.
Yes,
Super
Nick,
wide in
correct.
the hips.
Imola like the racetrack.
Imola.
G. Davis, Jane driving his T-Bird at 15 miles an hour with the wipers on monsoon setting.
I'll get to that later.
That's what I mean. That's
in
how he's
this
always
podcast.
driving his car.
So-
This is a very car-heavy
Go-
podcast today.
Anyways,
Just
going
letting you
going
know
back.
upfront.
Okay, so
Yeah.
it's nothing against the E92. I just think that's just not it's not really my style. But I think they're still it still sounds really cool,
Yeah.
and I like all the detail that Matt's doing on that. I
Correct,
think that's
Grant.
pretty fun. Moving on, though, there's some other channels that are doing some pretty cool projects and whatnot, right? Picking up a lot of project cars. So like I know that like Speed Academy, for example, they just picked up like an Integra Type R, which is like. Those are going up in value like an insane amount, right? So that's like almost. Like
Oh, that market was gone like a year
That
ago,
market
and it's
sailed.
only gotten worse.
That
Here's
market
here's
sailed.
what we do. What
Yeah.
if us as a group, we take our money, we go buy a 3+3 square body crew cab, and we build a trophy truck out of it.
See,
Yeah.
Alex
And
thinks
that way
we should
all of
have
us-
the next flip come down to a poll and let the people choose.
And then we get our Corbeau sponsorship, and we throw some suspension seats in on all 4 corners, and the 4 of us go take it, out to the dunes. And we jump it. We have a little fun in it. How great would that be when Dane's launching us off of cliffs and we're screaming?
So,
oh man,
Sean Prince says, "Do you guys like the new Civic Si?" So I think it's fine. We actually saw a new Civic. It was like we
saw a new Civic the other day.
It was like an EX, but it was in red. Good looking car in person, much better in
I
person.
saw a white one yesterday.
Powerhouse for what it can
they're
do.
saying the audio is gone, and I don't know
Oh, man.
if that's actually the case.
Said
or...
our audio's gone, and Kimberly
Okay.
says,
He says
throw
it's
in a
fixed.
Pepsi Zero when done.
All right,
That's right.
So here's hoping.
Anyway,
Now,
so continuing on.
I will say,
Yeah.
the Civic in all forms of the new Civic. It's got the unibrow, which is like Honda's new version of the Acura beak that they had through that time period that was a little troublesome. But I think it looks better than that. I'll give them that. What I don't like is on the new Civics, the hatchbacks in particular. I'm a hatchback guy. I love fastbacks, hatchbacks, liftbacks, any of that kind of stuff. I'll take that over a sedan any day of the week. However, body lines, these new Civics look dog doo-doo from the rear. They do not
Well, it
look
just
good
cuts off back there.
at the hatchback. It's just stumpy and awkward and ugly. The previous gen, as weird and busy as it was, actually looked better than this does.
okay.
And that's hard for me because
Yeah.
I like everything about this new one better. If they made it look more like the Accord, I would be more on board because the new Accords look great.
I think Accords are gorgeous cars.
Yeah. They're
would love
great
it. I
looking
would-
cars
I would
for
love-
what they are.
I would
Absolutely.
love an Accord.
Yeah, it's just weird. It's a difficult
Yeah,
kind of deal.
I feel you.
Yeah.
So, anyways, getting back to what I was trying
So
to say.
having the fans maybe potentially pick the next build would be something we could do.
Yeah.
We are kind of stuck because we have so many different styles and opinions that it's been kind of hard for all of us to really jump on to a project that we've been excited about. Gabe had an idea, but then he ended up going and buying it for himself anyway. So kind of, he keeps saying, we should do a Land
happens.
Cruiser. We should do that. Well, we already you bought one for yourself, so we don't need to worry about it
Well,
now.
to say nothing of the fact
So-
that the market kind of has to decide for you.
Well,
'cause
that's
you're
hard.
limited by what's available.
Well, and that's also hard right now because it's unlike anything that the car industry has ever
Nightmare.
seen. So prices are far more higher than we've ever experienced. Plus, it's trying to figure out, if we do find a good deal, like Anthony found that one, it disappeared quick.
What one?
Or not you.
Oh,
the
Gabe
one,
found it and
Gabe
sent it
found
to me, and then
sent
I
it
tried
us.
to get it out to
that
you guys
Porsche
quickly.
that we were
Not
looking at.
quickly
It went
enough.
way too fast.
So
That's
sorry,
sold.
Anthony was trying to start saying something. I think we derailed him here.
No, so
just trying to bring us
if
back.
we
No,
were
you're
to
right.
get into something, right, like what would people want to essentially see if there was a preference on a car like that? Because the Subaru was
Yeah.
not blind buy, but it was definitely like a,
It hit all of us at the right time.
yeah, I mean, and that was, you guys weren't expecting we were going to do a Subaru, but like if you would want to see maybe if we were to build like a mobile detailing rig, right, would that be fun, right? If we did it with a really cool truck. I don't know what the heck we would do with it
Like
once
a
it's done.
Unimog or like a fire truck
Or just a normal
or an
truck.
ambulance.
Could be like a Dodge.
Like a
Yeah,
Ram
no, Ram.
1500
No.
second gen.
2500 Cummins
Oh.
diesel.
Oh.
Yeah, make it
Extended
awesome.
cab or crew cab? Extended cab.
Yeah, extended cab.
Yeah.
But
Have you guys been talking to somebody?
No.
so just saying, we could do something along those lines, right?
Our friends at Boise Mobile Equipment could help us out with that.
Yeah.
That'd be really cool.
Or we just do a flatbed.
Well,
And we
we
do a
could do-
flatbed mobile detailing rig, right? Throw everything on the flatbed,
Yep.
water,
With
all that stuff.
workout accessories so we could work out on the back of it too
No,
if
well,
we needed to.
No, the only thing we're gonna have.
Park. I was gonna say we could park in parking lots and work out.
The holding tank can actually
Well,
have the
we're
top
washing.
slide out so
got
it
a
becomes
shower.
a pool when you want
Yeah.
to just chill.
It's got a shower so we
Yeah.
can take showers in parking lots.
So, I'm just wanting to know: do you guys have any thoughts on anything you would want to do related to that? Would you guys want to get into a mobile?
Gee, Dave. Gabe will
He
drive
will.
to New Mexico for a low mileage Yaris.
He would.
Not
do it.
Mexico, just New Mexico. If you went to Mexico, you could get a GR Yaris, which would be
Alex,
interesting.
Classic Gabe.
Oh man,
Yeah.
Joey likes a mobile rig.
No,
So,
I think
mobile rig
it's
is it's an idea.
I think it's a great idea.
Or it's just I don't know. It might be more relatable. People might. It's like it would be like a how do I say this? It's like a garage build,
right.
but for a vehicle.
Right, yeah,
Right?
I could see something like that, and I think that would be kind of fun.
But the thing is the mobile rig that really does make the most sense, right? Is like one of the is one of the small little transit vans.
right,
Right,
correct.
But lots of people do that.
We see a ton of people
Yeah.
do it. Right, it's not badass.
Because it
It's
makes
not-
sense, though. Like,
it's
it's
not
perfectly-
cool and it's not mean, but it does make the most sense. It
Yeah.
gets the best gas mileage.
But
It's the rational choice, but that's also why I think it would
But
be
we've
a poor
also
choice.
been
roomy
But we've
for
also
doing
been
what we wanna
tainted
do.
because Boise Mobile Equipment brought over one of their brush
Yes.
fire spec F550s,
Yeah.
and we all kind of lost our minds.
yeah,
That is awesome.
We did, but I just don't know. It's just a couple $100,000.
It is
Yeah,
just
it's
a
a
couple
lot.
$100,000.
It's just a couple $100,000. So
Maybe
that's
we could
why I'm
crowdfund
thinking
it.
if we did like a really mean diesel truck build, right? That would still like look really aesthetically pleasing,
Correct.
with a good color, but like have function as a detailing rig.
Ooh, what about a truck bed trailer diesel or
Like-
truck bed trailer detail build? So it's
Do
a
not-
detail rig made out of a truck bed trailer.
so it has no means
So
of
it
propelling
takes the
itself.
form of whatever car pulls
Yeah.
it. Guys, this trailer doesn't
It's
look
almost
as hard.
parasitic
Switch
in
the
its
car.
way.
Switch the car. Let's get a better car out here. I
This
don't
is
know.
really top heavy, guys. I don't know.
Something to
Can't move it
something to
once I
think
unhook
about.
it.
I don't know. It's just we're
Yeah.
thinking that once TRC passes, right, we want to kind of pick up as something like a new project, something
Yeah.
that might be fun to bring you guys along for, and I think that would be a pretty cool thing, right? And
Yeah.
Yeah.
we'll kind of figure that out. Something related to that. All right, so moving on. What Joey say?
Well, Joey's here. He's saying he can't get down with the new GTIs. The Mark 8s. I'm not sure what they were thinking with that front end. The headlights are a weird squiggle. Like, what they're doing with them is busy compared to traditional Golf styling, which is very reserved but handsome looking. Like, once again, like the E92, it's bland, but it's nice looking. It's just not particular. Anthony's all about the aggressive stuff. He wants to see something looking mean, which is not necessarily conducive to normal people carrier transportation unless you start throwing a bunch of canards and stuff on it.
No, I don't like canards. I like something that just is like...
You want it to look angry.
I'm not necessarily even angry, because there's cars out there that I like that don't look angry, that look actually rather happy.
Corolla hatchback.
Corolla hatch, yeah.
That still look fantastic. It's just I don't know. I don't know how to...
But when we're looking at supercars and stuff, I get interested in like the more classically like shaped, like
the ugly
swoopy,
XJ220.
Love the XJ220, and you're just like, ew, it's not nearly
5
aggressive
big vents
enough.
on the hood that don't make sense.
Like,
And they're all
that,
in, like,
and
a
then
crescent
Dane's
shape.
obsessed with that one weird car that looks like
Dane
a
tomato.
catfish.
Yeah.
the Dane Tomaso P72.
No, the other catfish car that came out of like not Japan, but it was a Korean car. What was it? It would literally look like a catfish.
Oh no, I don't love that car. I'm well aware that the Mitsuoka Hiroshi is hideous.
No, Dean, you said you love that car.
I love it.
Dane
I
drank
don't
a lot.
think
He had a
it's
lot of
pretty
those
by any
strong
means.
drinks.
I think the problem is people just
too
automatically
many of
assume
those
if
when
you
he
say
saw
you
it.
like something, they go, "Oh, so you find it aesthetically appealing?" And everyone, God no, absolutely not. I
What if
love
we
that
built-
it's hideous.
What if we built a dune buggy?
A dune buggy? A dune
out of a
buggy?
Nissan Juke?
A dune
Juke
buggy detailing rig?
Just a dune buggy for fun.
Ooh, a Nissan Juke, a Nismo Juke, right? Nismo Juke with the Nismo seats in the front, detailing rig. mobile
Dude, for a
detailing
minute there,
rig.
they
I
made
think
that
you could do
Juke
that.
R, but they only sold it in like the
You could probably
Arab
work.
Emirates
You
or
could probably
something.
make that
Yeah.
happen.
I'm pretty sure with just like a little funding, we could just make our own.
I just can't believe they put the Recaro shell seats in the Nismo Juke. Do you ever see? Have you guys ever seen that?
Yeah, and they're turboed.
Those are like insanely nice seats that they threw into that car, and
So we buy one of those, we put long travel suspension on it, we give it a bit of a lift, throw fat Maxxis knobbies on there, and just take it off road.
And then we go we wash something in the parking lot.
Yeah, because we'll put a little tank in the back.
Yeah. It'll work. It'll make it work.
Okay, so
Anyway.
getting into this,
I know it's a little
Grant
weird today,
Autry
but I'm
says
enjoying it. I
T-bird
hope you are
donk
too.
action. Little T-bird donk, Dane.
who wants
Oh, yeah?
start with their weekend?
I'll start.
Bring it on.
So,
Levi.
it was nice this weekend. It was really nice. Very warm, very delightful weekend. I had 2 cars to detail.
Okay.
A pair, 2 interior
Twins.
details. A Honda Fit and a Nissan Sentra.
Ooh.
What
so-
generation Fit?
I don't know. So a Honda Fit and a Nissan Sentra. So not the first generation.
Okay.
Of the Fit?
So,
Say that.
if it's second
There's
or third
only
gen,
there's
it's got
only
the
2
magic-
generations, right?
It's got the magic folding seat in the back. The super awesome seat.
Yes, it had that.
Cool.
So that's
So-
the new one?
That's all I care about.
Yeah, it folds flat. It's pretty dope. So
Should let me know that was there. I would have come take that.
I know, I literally
intake
laughed.
manifold
So
off of that.
I
Fit.
thought about that.
You
So
monsters.
friends of mine, so they started with their. I'll just say that the conversation started. They texted me, "Hey, we want to get you still doing detailing. Who do you recommend? Can we get our cars in? Blah blah blah."
Yeah.
So I said, "Yeah, I'll do it." And this is something that bothers me, and I know it bothers a lot of detailers out there, and I understand. These folks don't think about this stuff, but I was just frustrated to hear it again. So they said, "These are our 4 cars that we have. How much for each one?" And I said, inside and out, $300 to $400 a car. Just a basic standard detail, which is these guys run their cars through the car wash. I haven't detailed their cars in years.
Package deal?
That's what they said.
Yeah.
Do you give a discount for all 4? And I said, no, I don't, because I'm doing this in my house. And then she goes, oh, okay, that's kind of high. What about like interiors, just the inside? That's really all that needs done on them. And so I said, it's half the price of that. So if you're getting all 4 cars done, I said, you've got a Sentra, you've got a Fit. I'll do the interiors for $150 each.
Yeah.
And she's like, wow, that's a lot. And I really, really, really wanted to say, but I didn't, because I thought, well, I'll just Like I just said, it's $150. If you want me to do it or not, I can get it in this weekend. I can do both of them in a weekend, 2 interiors. Here you go. It's $300 for the weekend. She goes, God, it's just so much money. And in my head, I go, I should have just said, I charge the same hourly rate as your husband, who's a lawyer. That's what I should have said. Mm-hmm. Like, right? I could have done that.
I wish you would have.
Yeah.
It would have been
I should have said
mic
that.
drop.
Yeah, right? I could have. But I also know that they are actually very clean vehicles. They are customers that keep their cars really spotless. So I knew I wasn't getting it over my head. But I just held firm and just said, it's $150 each, take it or leave it. If you want it, I can schedule you. If you don't, no worries. So she brought both of them in on Thursday, dropped them both off on Thursday evening.
Yeah.
So Friday night, hopped in on one of them, started working on it, and didn't do a lot, just kind of cleaned out some of the garbage and stuff. They cleaned it pretty good, but it wasn't bad. Saturday, spent the morning working on the car, but I also had to run over to my mom's house because my sister was having a baby shower, and they were doing a virtual Zoom baby shower with my sister in Boston and all the family here. Then they were all in one room. And then on top of that, all the aunts and cousins and everywhere all around. So I had to go over and help set up computer, Zoom, all that stuff onto the TV for my mom. My sister who lives in Japan, her and her husband popped on 5 a.m. and said, hello, hey, how's it going, guys? So that was cool to see them. Mm-hmm. They were in the future. It was 5 a.m. on a Sunday for them. But it was just fun. It was nice to see everybody. I ended up having to stay to help because of all the technical difficulties they were having. My mom didn't remember her Wi-Fi address or her Wi-Fi password. So it was trying to figure out all that silly stuff. Yeah. Augie spent the day with my mother-in-law on Saturday. She took him shopping for home goods, items for his room. She wants to decorate his room up. So she's like, nice. I want to take the dresser, the bookshelf upstairs. I want to bring that down here to his room. I think I'm going to buy him an actual dresser. We said, wow, that's very nice of you to do that.
Trying to get like him invested in doing
I don't
this?
know,
or
maybe.
Is this like,
maybe.
regardless of whether he wants it or not, this is happening?
A little bit of both,
okay.
I think she wanted him to be invested in it, but I think she also, it's kind of her deal.
Well, it'd be fun to try and like get him interested in actually trying to do
My dad
something
did that
like
when I was like 9 years old. We all got to pick out our rooms and design and figure out. And
it makes it feel more like yours. You feel more ownership over it, and maybe you're more likely to keep it clean as a result sometimes.
Hopefully, right? Yeah.
Hopefully.
But that's what I did. Like I remember going through that. We got to paint on our walls. We got to pick our carpet color. We got to do, the bed, the dresser,
even
the
if it's hideous, it's allowed. Yeah. You got to pick it.
You get to pick it. This is what you want. Yeah. So that was kind of fun. We got to pick our bedding, all that stuff. Yeah. So maybe that's where, she's going with on her because we did up Hadley. She bought a dresser for Hadley and all that. So nice. I think it's just she wanted to buy a dresser for Augie. So they did that. Augie had a great time with her. He ended up winning at the claw machine. The boy is quite skilled at those claw machines. He's probably got a 90% chance of winning every time.
That's impressive.
It's one of the most amazing things I've seen. It's a skill set.
Slot machines, it's about timing. Like the claw works a little better at certain hours.
So let's just say like last Friday we went to Fred Meyer's. He won 2 items for him and his sister off $2. Right?
Wow, that's pretty good return.
Pulled 2 stuffed animals. Came running out. He's like, we each got something. I'm like, I was standing there picking up prescriptions. I was like, what the heck? And then he goes with his grandmother on Saturday, wins something at the claw machine at the Walmart or whatever. Gets it, pulls it out for her, wins her a shark. Goes, here you go. Puts another buck in, wins himself a seal. So he's like, I got me a shark, or grandma's shark. I got me a seal. I gave her the shark. She named it Sharky.
Of course.
And I'm like, wow. So then we go on Sunday to Fred Meyer's to pick up some bread and some other items. Yeah. He's like, I'm going to use the claw machine. I'm like, dang, are you sure? You're kind of been on a hot streak. He's like, I'm feeling it.
Gotta end it.
Pumps $2 in, loses it. Both $2 gone. Doesn't get it. So you win some. Yeah, you lose some. So this is going to be as a student of Lady Fortuna that my boy is. It's things we have to watch out for.
Got to teach him the gambler's fallacy.
Especially when he thinks he's on a hot streak, he's got to slow down sometimes
That
because he
kid's
can't
gonna
keep
be
winning all the time.
Dangerous if he
Yeah.
ever goes to SEMO.
Oh, it's going to be bad. So, and G. Davis, yes, he is banned from the cutlery department.
I just feel like what's going to happen is he's going to feel like the rest of life and gambling like that is always going to be like a positive thing. I think
That's what I see.
He's going to get addicted to it.
That's what I'm worried about the most. Like,
Yeah.
he has his own wheel of chance in his room.
Yeah.
He's probably gonna be like Two-Face, where he's got to flip a coin to make choices.
Yeah.
Spin the wheel and see what it says. It's gonna tell me what I'm gonna do today. We're buying lottery tickets.
Stabbing holes in the
stabbing
couch.
holes in the cow. Let's do this. Let's get it done. So, point is, but it was a nice little day. Saturday was good. Sunday, got the other car done, finished that up. Had to go back to my mom's to set it up again for more family members to do a second round of baby shower for my sister. So did that on Sunday. Came back home, just finished the car, and then I cleaned up my garage on Sunday because it's been quite a mess.
Okay.
So once I got the cars pulled out, I just picked up, simple stuff. It's still a mess, but I cleaned up a little bit, got it, floor cleaned up, got all the bottles put away, picked up all my towels, went through and cleaned garbage off my countertops. Nothing's organized yet, but here's what ended up happening. I had leaky tubs, right? Both my tubs, the drains don't fully seal, so water runs out while you're in the tub. So if you fill up the bathtub, the water continues to drain. Yeah. So I go to Home Depot, I pick up new drain plug units, complete units that fit in so it seals, everything's nice. $17 each. While I'm walking through, I think, I'm going to go check out the tool department. Now, if you recall, when we did our New Year's resolutions, one of my resolutions was to increase my tool capacity.
You did say that.
For junkyard travel.
Ooh, I like where this is going already. I got chills right now.
So I'm walking through the tool aisle, and I'm seeing the multi-kits and the multi-packs of different things. And I'm like, yeah, that's okay. It's not a bad deal. It's pretty good. I'm just looking, thinking, planning, figuring out what I need.
What would I use? Yeah.
I look down to my left, in between one of the skinny toolboxes and where they put the wood tabletops for the toolboxes. Yeah. On the ground down there is a 270-piece set with a price tag on it.
Husky
tool set.
200 and how many?
270 pieces.
70 pieces. Holy
now,
smokes. Okay, I'm already
They had
feeling
the other
quality.
piece. They had the other set.
Yeah.
The normal set that you see, 278 pieces or 280 pieces for $249.
Oh my God! Yeah, that's
right.
Quite a bit
Still
of
a
money.
great deal.
Yeah.
But $250. That's the one you look for when you go on Black Friday.
Black Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to get that marked down about $200. Then it's a good value. This 270-piece set had a price tag on it. And I saw that price tag, and I thought, that's not right.
Was it for a different item?
So then I look at it. I check the SKU on it.
Yeah.
And I can read SKUs.
Yeah.
And I go, no, this is for this item.
Yeah.
Then my cousin walks up and distracts me.
No.
Oh, your cousin.
Hey,
you always have these
what's up,
random
man?
cousins that show up at...
Can you help me push this barbecue grill that I just bought and put it in my truck? And I'm like, and I'm like kind of foggy because I'm like,
You're looking at this toolbox.
You're still
thinking,
mystified.
I'm mystified by this tool set, this 270-piece set, and the price.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
I should buy this.
I should get my hands on this before it disappears. And he goes, hey, I'm just parked right outside. You want to help me? And he's parked in the contractor parking right under the awning.
See, I don't help family when they
So
ask
I go,
me for those things.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'll help you. So we walk out.
find out
I help
why.
him push it. We load it up.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, just get me a new grill. I'm like, oh, that's awesome. How you been? What's been going on? We catch up for a little bit. He wishes me an early birthday. I said, thanks. And then he's like, all right, well, I'm gonna go say hi to Carly and the kids. I said, yeah, you say hi to Anna and the kids too. And he leaves, gets in his truck or goes to tie down the thing. And I run.
Yeah.
I run back
to that
to that
toolbox.
spot to make sure no one has seen this thing or taken it.
Yeah.
Pick it up with my hand.
Oh my God! It was
Walk
still
over
there.
to the
Okay.
cash register and
he was
pay
setting
for
it
that.
up like it was going to be gone.
Oh my God! I really
And
thought
I
it was
pay
gonna
for
be
that.
gone.
And I paid $100 for that thing.
No, you
$99
didn't.
for 270 pieces.
Are you serious? So what's this thing look like?
It's
Is
in
it
I brought it to work today. It's in the
brought-
Elantra. I'll show it to you afterwards,
check
and I'll
this
post it.
thing
We'll
out.
go live. I'll post it. We'll open it
Post
up,
it in the
and we'll post
discussion
it in the
group.
discussion group after this.
So $100.
$100.
So that's how much I paid for my kit on Black Friday. I paid
Mm-hmm.
$100 for mine. I wonder if you got the same
I
one
think
as
it's
me.
that kit.
It's probably
but
that
the fact
exact
is,
one.
it's just sitting there with a $99 price tag on it.
So yeah, that's probably the best deal that you can find.
Dane,
on
if there's
those.
still one up there, you need to get
No,
it.
it
Are you
is
talking about
no.
the one up on the bench?
So
No,
it's
at
a
the
drawer.
Federal Way, yeah.
So yours has the opening lid, then 2 drawers, right?
2 drawers.
Yeah, that's like the best deal that you can get on a toolbox. Honestly, for like $100 with how much stuff it comes with everything.
Yeah.
Like quite literally everything you need.
Like you should get it. Like if we can find it online and it's at the store over here, you need to run at lunch and just go get it because it's.
I've got a big set.
it's
I don't
gonna
know if
disappear.
it's 270 pieces.
Well, look.
So I think
We'll look
mine's
at
like
it.
100.
So we'll look at mine, and if you
80 or
see it, and you're
190.
like, okay, I need to. It's worth $100.
Is
Do
it
you
all
wanna- do
sockets
you wanna
or
know-
is it
the
like
best
all
$100
kinds
you
of
could.
tools?
Do you
It's
want to know
sockets.
why
it's
I
all
like
kinds of
that one though? It's because everything is organized within
Yeah.
the one toolbox, which I like the look and idea of putting tools into drawers, right? Like in a,
Yeah,
in a tool.
I like that too. But I'm also a garbage bag guy.
Dude, but I can't. That's the only way I can keep my tools in order.
Yeah.
Is that
Right?
box? So
Yeah, I know. I was holding you guys off there. It was, but I was seriously like,
you're sweating. You're sweating.
no, he straight up when he said, "Hey, Levi,"
You're like.
I was like,
What?
because I was so like shocked
Yeah.
that was sitting there for that price because I knew what it was worth. And I was like, that's not even, it's not clearance marked.
It's not Black Friday anymore.
Discounted. It's not in a sales section. It's not, why did somebody put that sticker on there? That's wrong.
And it wasn't like a scratch and dent where somebody
No.
had tried to open
Yeah,
it.
no,
or-
you'll see it. I still haven't opened it.
Because I
It's
remember
still-
putting labels and
Wow.
stuff.
It's
that
still
was like-
cardboard
We
wrap.
We need to smell it.
We're
Get that
gonna
fresh
do
tool
an
smell.
we're gonna do an unboxing of my
wow.
kit after
So
this.
all right. Anyway, so what else? Did
So
you do
that was
weekend?
it. So that was Sunday. So then I came home, left it in the trunk so that I could do that. But it was because I had gone through my tools while I was cleaning up. I had all my tools in my, I've got my large duffel bag that I usually travel with.
Yeah.
So my duffel bag had all the tools in it, and I had already pulled them all out, organized them, and put them
My
back
fingers on
in.
that.
But put them back in to into my bag, and was like, man, I'm missing a ton of stuff. Then I went and did some dog poop removal in the yard. Found a number of wrenches and things just in the grass
Yeah.
that has spent the winter there. So
Well,
Augie's
why-
been
why?
grabbing wrenches and hucking them or doing stuff with them. So that
Wow.
was already in my brain when I went to Home Depot because I was like, man, I'm missing so many tools. Like
Now you're not.
right. So to see that, to go, it was like a shining beacon right there waiting for me. But I was seriously, when I had to help him load that, I couldn't think of anything else but getting back and grabbing that. I felt like Anthony when like you get consumed by something.
Yeah,
But I was
I do.
like, I can't, well, our family's great. Yeah. Kids are good. Wife's good. Yeah. Yeah. How's everything for you? Like, are you guys,
I'm walking out.
like I literally was like, I'm trying to end the conversation without being a jerk because
Right.
I need to go grab that thing before somebody steals it.
Okay.
Like,
I have a question.
so that was my day.
And
So.
you just said a thing that just triggered it in my head, and I wanted to ask you guys to see if you've noticed this phenomenon the way I've noticed this phenomenon. You know, kind of like how you see mattress firms everywhere, and you're like, that's weird. Well, as far as other businesses that just seem to have cropped up out of nowhere in the last like year and a half, 2 years, but especially
Pooper
recently,
scooper companies?
Yes, what's with all the dog poop scooper companies?
know.
They're just like all the turd nerd, poop 911, like
Hey,
all
if
these
your
like
kids aren't gonna do it,
retrofitted
I'll do
Toyota
it.
Tacomas with like mobile detail kits on the back that are just designed for hauling
Dane,
dog
they all
crap.
came.
It's like,
no, Dane,
where's this all coming
Dane,
from?
they all came from California. You know how popular those are in California?
That's the explanation.
That's the explanation.
Because I feel
Yeah.
like I started seeing them
no,
2
we
years
know,
ago
we
on a
never,
low level.
We
driving
never
upstate.
had that stuff here in Idaho.
And then
No,
it just
we-
started popping up like wildfire
No,
everywhere. All
well-
these companies doing this. And
Well,
it's like,
do you want to know
is that a
why?
thing?
Because when you compare somebody that's moved here from California, right, that would drive from literally city to city, right? They drive
Yeah.
from Sacramento to Stockton, then they
Well,
go,
we know
then they
it's-
go to
they
Merced,
go to the south or the
and
deep
they,
south.
Yeah, they would go to Merced, next
Deep
they're,
south San
they're
Diego.
in Turlock or they're in San Diego.
We're not having that
San
combo,
Diego,
kid.
Oceanside. So these people
it's
that
a
would
southern-
normally
it's a
travel,
southern thing.
that would normally have to commute everywhere,
Yeah.
right? They move to Idaho and they say, okay, where am I commuting to? You commute from Nampa to Boise to Meridian. Well, they're all attached.
Yeah.
Like literally
Yeah,
within
see,
minutes of each
Joey,
other.
remember-
when I lived in California for 1 year, 1 year only, I don't think I ever saw any of these.
Oh my God, I saw them all the time in California. Yeah. When I was I would probably say when I was just
well,
even
Scott
a teenager.
says it's the best $7 a week he spends. Okay.
Yeah.
See, but I could pay my kids $5 to do that.
Right.
But then again, my kids are not a quality
I'd be
business.
more worried about how your kids would decide to dispose of it.
They throw it in the trash can like they're supposed to. But the
I'd be
is
afraid that they'd stab
miss.
a couch and then stuff it in the couch.
No, they miss it. They miss stuff a lot. They're not very good at seeing it.
Well,
so I have to have two of them.
So I think that you can absolutely have a successful dog poop cleaning business.
I think you totally can.
I think, and
about quality.
I think it's really just a matter of. It's the same thing with detailing, right? A well-maintained yard that you continue to maintain, I think that it's easy money, right?
Sure.
Oh.
You go there, you're like, okay, I already know that this dog barely poops at all. Like it's gonna.
And you know where
as a business
and
model,
dogs
if
also
that's how you want to
poop in a
occupy your
spot.
time, that's great.
Well,
They have one spot
and then
they like
also
pooping.
you know if you get to know the owners, you say, oh my gosh, these owners, they maintain a spotless backyard. The grass is always cut, blah blah blah. Like
Yeah, you're not leaving leftovers.
They're not
the
leaving leftovers.
model neighbor.
Yeah, they make it really, really nice and easy for me. But I'm sure then they also expect, okay, this is the backyard I hate going into. This is Dane's backyard I'm going into to pick up the poop, right? I don't like this backyard.
Yeah,
and
this guy, I need to charge him $25 a
and
week.
there's spiders back here, and
I tripped over an antique
literally
wheel.
a wild jungle back there,
Yeah.
but not anymore because
Not a
that
wheel.
house is being
But-
sold as of Wednesday.
Yeah,
It
don't
is.
forget used toilets from
But-
gently used vehicles.
So I'm sure there's different types of situations.
Yeah.
Situations. But yeah, I think that I don't know. When I was a teenager in high school, right? I remember very
Thinking about
vividly me and my mom driving around in California. I was in the valley, of course, and I point out, I'm like, that's a guy picks up dog poop for a living.
Yeah.
And my mom was like, that's a good idea, right? And I remember thinking about that. And that was like the first time I'd ever seen that. And I had seen like little vans that they would have go around. I'd see little trucks, little Toyotas, little 80 Toyota trucks.
It's
that had
always
poop,
the little,
poop,
Poop Patrol.
Toyota
But
pickup,
that was
two-wheel
was
drive.
before the internet was crazy,
Yeah.
right? So there's just a phone number, right, that you would call.
No, I remember
So-
I dated a girl from California before I met Carly.
Yeah.
And her family had just moved from Temecula.
Yeah.
And that they had no problem driving 30 minutes, 45 minutes anywhere in town. They were like, oh, it's close, piece of cake. And I'm like, I lived on Warm Springs. She lived
You
out
have
in
a
West
hard time
Meridian.
driving to Meridian.
Right. So I'm like, why would you do that and subject yourselves to that? But that was the one thing that she said, I remember, was she was like, oh, in California, there's a job for everything, even poopers.
I'm just glad I
remember
spurned
going,
this conversation because it was something that was bugging me and I hadn't talked to you guys about it, but I felt like I was just seeing things.
Well, so
and noticing
is that
a
something that your
phenomenon.
lawn guy does?
No, not to my knowledge. I don't have a
Okay.
lawn guy anymore because I'm at a different property and he's based out of Middleton, so I don't think he wants to
Oh,
drive
he's not
all the
going to
way up
drive
here.
from him.
But
So-
he was fine with Meridian.
So we need to find a lawn guy and pooper scooper for Dane.
Yeah.
So
well, you
have
know,
you been looking
I
at
think
groups?
I would do
manage.
it. I know I'm not above that.
Yeah,
would do it.
I like it because I can throw in a pot. I actually don't mind picking up dog poop because I've got the little shovel and the rake, and I put my podcast in or headphones. Or
Honestly, my new yard is
audiobook.
great because there's no
Just
trees
enjoy
to
it.
drop
So,
anything
around.
in
No,
the yard.
if-
The trees
so-
are all further back.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't mind
I have
picking
a
up dog poop
process.
either, right? But the thing is when I pick up my own dog's poop, right?
Yeah.
It's not as exciting. If somebody is saying, "Hey, you're getting paid for this,"
Oh, I go down.
it would completely change my thought process on doing that.
Yeah.
yeah.
If I was like, "Hey, this yard right here that I can do, it's going to take me 5 minutes to do this yard, right? How much am I going to make? $10.
I feel
10
like
bucks
it's,
in 5 minutes,
Yeah.
done deal.
it's like an
Yeah,
evolution
and you knock on the neighbor's
of
doors,
the
see if you can get
classic
theirs, too.
Kid going door to door for like lawn mowing, except now it's picking up.
Well, it's what it is.
Well,
yeah,
It's
it's,
what it is.
it's that where it's a simple job, but
Maybe you can wash their cars
you can
too
make it
while
a
you're
thing.
done.
Huh.
It could be that, right?
But it's a
Depending on-
service because Carly stepped out of her car
Yeah.
this weekend, stepped right into a corner poop that Watson took, right where the concrete and the grass are. So as soon as she parked and stepped out, she stepped right into it, and she didn't even
worst.
pull into the exterior wash bay.
Yeah.
She was in the driveway.
Yeah.
That's so curious why your dog chose to just go all over your exterior
in the,
wash.
Well, the exterior wash bay,
'Cause
that
it's your
happens.
lawn.
There is a lot of poop in there, and I try to clean that, keep it clean.
dear.
But he knows where the drainage is. He knows where the right spot is. Watson's pretty good about it. So
Oh,
Nice. Lucy.
Why does my daughter already have a Google account? My wife literally made this.
Oh no.
Oh my gosh. I
10 bucks.
can't say no to that
You'll make
child,
$10 bucks.
though.
Yeah,
man.
you'll make $10. That's pretty good.
$10
That's
comes out,
great.
no problem. Wow, but
So-
that comes out of the same account though.
So apologies to everybody for going on this tangent, but I just had to know, and I'm glad you guys had something to say about it too. So thank you for that, and thank you for those who kind of weighed in as well. And Klaus here is saying did his first engine bay
Nice.
today.
Ooh,
Steam and
nice.
last motor class. Nice.
Steam.
Well,
Nice,
hey,
dude.
thanks,
Congrats.
Klaus. We appreciate
Heck yeah.
that.
So that was my weekend. Pretty simple, pretty easy.
Okay,
But
yeah.
we'll go live on the detail group in the podcast discussion group, and we'll
Only the
show,
most important things.
Yeah, we'll show the tool set that I
Yeah.
bought, and hopefully you guys can find it in your Home Depots because it's. I think it's worth every penny. So, all right, next, who's got it?
Anthony, I feel like yours. What do you
Okay,
got?
all right.
Bring
all right.
it.
So my weekend started off a beautiful Friday night, right? Got home and thought to myself, all right, I need to do something about something, right?
Yeah.
It's feeling very dad bod like,
Okay.
that Friday evening, right? And I was telling my wife, I said, I think I need to go to the gym tonight. She's like, yeah, you probably should. So a while back, I had mentioned that there was this gym being built by my house, right? This Idaho Fitness Factory,
Yeah,
right?
which we love because
We supply the towels. to
they
Idaho
use
Fitness
Rag
Factory.
Company towels.
Are
at Idaho
red.
Fitness Factory.
They have 12 by 12s now. I don't know if you know that. They have
Oh,
red
nice,
12
yeah.
by 12. So they went down from the
From
16 by
yeah.
16 standard
Well,
all-purpose Terry's.
previously they used 1414s.
Oh, that's
when I
it
first
might
created
be a
that account.
1414.
Yeah.
It might be a 1414 that
Yeah.
they have. So they built this new gym, right? It's 4 minutes away from my house, right? It opened up back in November, right? But since we had the baby, my daughter, right? I have not gone to the gym once.
Right. Yeah.
Seriously, not
Yeah.
once.
You've been
I've
busy.
jumped on my Peloton a couple times. I've gone on walks, whatnot.
Yeah.
But I've not gone to the gym and actually lifted any type of a weight.
Yeah.
You don't have any free weights in your house?
No free weights in my house. No free weights. But I was telling you guys, I understand why people made home gyms, especially when it came to the whole, COVID
Yeah,
situation, because
sure.
gosh, that makes things a lot easier if you have the motivation to get out there and
Right,
do it, of
yeah.
course. And so I kind of got myself amped up to be able to go and do this, right? Saying, okay, I got to go to the gym. So I took some pre-workout, took that 4-minute drive, and keep in mind, I've never been inside this gym before. Never once have I been inside this. But I knew that it was new. I walk into this place, and I am astounded. It
Yeah,
is
beautiful.
It is beautiful. This new gym is glorious, right?
Yeah.
Not only is it like twice the size of my previous gym that I was going to.
I love IFF. I think it's
But
a great little gymnasium.
I love it, but some of their locations are kind of
Right, they're
lacking,
transitional,
right?
yeah.
Well, the one location I was going to, right, the biggest problem I had with it is that during the winter months, I'd walk in there, and I've told you guys this before, right? It feels wet when I
Yeah,
walk in there.
very
It's
humid.
humid.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why is it so humid inside here, right? And then I walk over, like put my phone next to a window or something, and the windows are wet, right?
Right.
It is wet with
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
breath of the people inside the gym.
Yep.
It's disgusting.
You're just
Confirmed.
you're
14
just swimming in it.
No, it's
everywhere
literally.
you
I'm like,
walk.
this disgusting. It is sick. So I couldn't stand that idea. It's probably just obviously the contrast between the heat inside and the cold outside. But
Right.
still, it's people's breath.
Right. Yeah.
So new place, really nice, man, fantastic. Like what I liked about it the most is in their cardio area, they have TVs with like action sports on them to get you motivated, right? Red Bull TV,
Oh,
and it's like, and then
motocross.
there's literally a channel called like Adventure TikTok. It's just all the dangerous TikToks that
The ones that have to have a little disclaimer
Yeah.
at the bottom.
It's all of those, which is surprisingly motivating, right? Because you're watching these people doing these extreme sports, and you're like, man, I think I could probably do that.
Yeah. He probably does.
So honestly, dude, Jimmy Ellis probably switched to this gym,
Oh,
and I'm
man.
hoping to run into Jimmy one of these
Oh,
days,
man.
right? Meet him at the bench
We gotta
press.
just text him and say, "You want to go work
That's
out?"
where it's going down.
Dude, he would. Like, seriously, he would. He'd be like, all right, yeah, they got a bag upstairs. What do you say we go through some drills? And I'm going to say, no, Jimmy, I don't want you to punch me
Yeah.
because I don't think I'll wake up. So the rest of the gym, super nice. I loved it. Just had a great experience. And so I had a great workout, did that. But one thing I noticed is I'm like, man, I have not, I've worked out so long, right? I got to kind of get back in the groove of things. my body is broken right now, right? Everything hurts in my body, but in a good way, right? And when I left that gym Friday night, I noticed that I had a lifter's high, right? It's like a runner's high, except it's better, right? It's because you're lifting weights.
Well,
can't wait for
and
the runners
also
to weigh
you're
in
a
on that
sponsored
one.
athlete, so it's different.
It's different
you're in your
being
Brooks.
bringing in the Brooks running shoes, leaving there,
where you're
right?
lifting,
Yeah.
instead of running.
Yeah, and it's just hard because when I'm there at the gym, people wonder, why do you have all the cameras and the crew with you filming
Right.
all of this
Oh, yeah,
stuff?
that
And
is
I say, you
weird.
guys would understand.
Yeah.
brooksrunning.com. Check
Sponsored
it out.
athlete, Anthony Fisher.
So Saturday, I worked on. So I'm developing a website. It's really high end.
For a friend of yours or just for you?
It is for a friend of mine.
Okay.
Right. He said, "Hey, Anthony, I'm not really good at this whole website stuff. I know that you work for a website company, right? Maybe you could help me design something that I can sell my merchandise on." And I said, "Okay, I know a little bit about this,
Yeah.
right? A bit about
Just enough to be dangerous.
about big cartel, right?
Yeah.
Right. It's a place where you can sell your goods." So
Fine wares.
I helped create this website for the last week for my friend.
Only a week, huh?
Took me about a week to put everything together, right? And that's, with photos and the products. And then I even helped him with shipping services, right? Helped him set up his shipping.
Oh.
Jimmy Wilkie, actually, one of our in-house cinematographers, gave me a little bit of advice on maybe how to help my friend, right?
Yeah.
So I did that.
great
So
guy.
needless to say, my local YouTuber friend who makes the Honda Civic content you know and love, now has a website that
that's
people
fun.
can buy merchandise off of.
That was nice of you to do that for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did he pay you for that, or are you taking a percentage of the sales?
It was
Exposure bucks?
no for me. I'm
Exposure
hoping
bucks.
that he shouts me out.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So it was exposure bucks. So next thing you know, in his next video, he's like, "All right, guys, go check out Anthony Fisher, 2 R's, 2 Y's on Instagram."
Yeah.
It's
That'd
so
be nice.
weird when they
Yo.
take a picture of him.
Get
It
me
always
over-
ends up
get-
cutting him off from here.
Well, that's part of
No.
it. It's just a part of the
My
persona.
goal.
He's such a famous guy
Yeah.
that he doesn't want to be recognized.
I thought his photographer just didn't know how to frame his shot properly. The composition was all
So
wrong.
what I would like is my personal account. I mean, my
Hey,
who
you want
I am,
people to go check it
I
out?
want people to check it out because right now
it was
I'm
all
at
your work.
1,049 followers. Right.
Yeah.
Not a lot.
Yeah.
Compared to some of these other people that are famous, right?
Yeah.
Like Levi, you have 2,000 followers
Somewhere.
somewhere.
Yeah.
It's insane. And so, I don't know. It just, maybe someday I'll have a cool
I think
Instagram.
I have 1,000 followers on my podcast,
Have a good Instagram
which I haven't done.
following
I need
someday.
to get on that. Yeah.
So
You should do
anyways,
I've
but
got
you
like
can,
5,000 Instagram
yeah,
followers.
feel free to check out his site. It is up and running right now, right?
Okay.
But he did tell me that he is terrified of announcing that it's up and running
Oh.
for fear that he will be overwhelmed.
Well, maybe
with-
on the
with
podcast. Maybe this
orders.
isn't this big of a podcast.
Yeah. So
Our podcast is actually a very small show.
yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people are
It's just
listening.
like 20 to 40 regular
So-
viewers each
No,
time.
that's live, Dane. But
Yeah.
like the actual listeners per month,
Yeah.
it's pretty low.
So you guys could check it out if you wanted to. Don't purchase anything because it kind of stresses me out just thinking about it because I don't want the website to be broken for him because he's gonna be disappointed.
Okay. All right.
You can check it out though. It's
But if
just-
they
it's-
wanted to buy something, and would you stop them from it?
no, I wouldn't. I would
Okay.
fulfill the order if that's what they wanted to do.
Okay. All right.
So, anyways, moving on though from that.
Yeah,
Kimberly had a
Kimberly's
point
right.
about your weighting system.
Kids in their equipment as just as good as free weights. Carrying the baby in the car seat with the nudes. Okay, so seriously, Kimberly. So what I noticed, right, when I was at the gym though, is that I didn't really lose a lot of strength. Right, most of my strength is still there, but weirdly, like my amount of back pain I have after working out is worse than it's ever been, and
a
I
new
need
kind of back
my
pain.
posture is horrible.
Yeah.
So I just realized that when I started working out, I could feel how bad my posture has been for the past couple of months. So I really need to work on that, and possibly I don't necessarily want to go to a chiropractor, but I think I do need to get some type of deep
I think you
tissue
need to be.
massage.
I think you need to be adjusted, just adjusted,
I don't know.
and then
I
just
still
so
wanna
that you're in place,
Yeah.
and then start working out again. Hit it
I
hard
just-
though. Like I want you like carrying weight bags over your shoulders and doing sprints.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not the end all
You
be
know,
all. But it
things
does
that
feel
things
nice
that
to
are
get,
actually
like,
going to
one in
benefit.
there.
Yeah. Well, I want to link up with G. Davis's massage therapist, right?
Yeah.
Because I know that when he's stressed out,
Yeah.
this therapist does a really good job, and so I'm hoping for the
I
same
mean,
treatment.
he's already got ideas for you.
When someone mentioned ADA, a bunch of Instagrams got very excited. So,
Gives him a
make
place
up
to
for
go. Quite
anyway,
literally.
so moving on from there. So Saturday, beautiful day,
Oh, it's
amazing,
gorgeous.
right? I told Katie, I said, "Hey, I really want to go out. If I can, go shoot photos,
For your
Yeah.
friend.
video, just for just filming my day. How
It's like a
beautiful
free
it is.
day.
I would like to do that." And she said, "Yeah, go out there." So I went out there and started driving around. I actually took the Civic out. I was driving around. And I was like, man, it is so nice out today. Because when I was leaving my neighborhood, people were detailing their cars. People were washing, vacuuming. It was like, it was 60 degrees. It was
60
59.
degrees,
It was like
yeah.
59. But 59 in Idaho in February,
You
It
might
basically
as
feels
well be,
like
people
it might as well
are
be July.
literally
Doesn't matter.
sunbathing at
Yeah,
that
yeah.
point.
No,
right?
it's July. People were wearing tank tops and flip flops walking by.
It's
Oh,
it's hilarious to see how much life it breathes into people.
yeah.
Because it's true. It really is. And so as I was driving around, I'm like, dude, I don't want to be in a car driving around right now. There's a lot of nice cars out, but I saw the motorcycles. I said, I want to go home. I want to be on a motorcycle. I'm like, this will make me much happier. So I still have to break in that BMW, right? Because it has that new engine on the left side. So I have to put 500 good miles on that engine. So I thought it'd be a good time to do that. So went out, did a big loop. Actually went over to East Boise, did a loop by Levi's house. His garage was closed, so I moved
I was in there
on.
working. You should.
I know,
You
I
need
know.
to text me or call
I
me
know.
and say,
I
I'm
just
taking the bike. I'll be by. I'll leave the door open.
yeah, I know. So all I do is I ride down Boise Avenue. I kind of peek over. I'm like, oh no, his garage is closed. And so
He's just eyeballing it.
but
Probably over at my mom's trying to figure out a Zoom meeting.
yeah.
Yeah, probably.
But I cruised around, beautiful. I mean, it was just I mean, honestly, the weather is amazing, and the bike's running really well. There's no issues,
Yeah.
no leaks, which is you guys know how stressed I was about the
Yeah.
whole
Oh, yeah.
situation, and so now I'm just really happy that
watching for
everything's-
any signs of
everything's back in one piece. But that's when I kind of swung back around to Hill Road. So basically, my loop was. Chinned in all the way down to downtown, right downtown, all the way up through East Boise, Warm Springs, go down to Bound Crossing, go through there, Boise Avenue, cut back through Boise
Nice
Avenue,
big loop.
back through the what's it called, the Camel's Back Park, go up through
Hyde
there,
Park, yeah.
and then up to Hill Road, and then Hill Road, and so then I took Hill Road, and as I was on Hill Road, I was thinking, there's got to be something around here that I can go and check out, right?
Right.
I love this road, but I
Yeah.
wish there was something
It's
feature.
It's a dead road.
Wish there was a pit stop that I can go
it's
and
a
check
dead
out.
road. We
Nothing
know. We
going
all
on
know
there.
that.
So
Yeah.
as I was riding, I look up to my right side up on this hill, and I see this beautiful house. I call it the house on Hennon Hill.
Yeah,
Right?
right. It looks haunted.
And I see this house, and what do I see? I see this Toyota van, right, parked at the top of this hill, and I think
Oh, they're robbing the
I
place.
should probably flip.
that looks like a vulnerable person.
probably flip around and go check that out. So
Yeah.
I rode up there.
You didn't see a gentleman on his deck with a coffee mug?
No, I didn't. But I did see. I did see a Dane Hennon getting into his van. And he's like, oh hey, what are you doing here?
I heard somebody coming out the driveway, and I was so confused.
You
'cause I'm
grabbed
like,
your gun.
What, at first, I thought it was Liz driving up. I was like, no, that sounds all wrong. That's not the Elantra GT. This is something. It sounds like a bike. Next thing I know, I see this dark masked rider coming up on a really sweet looking bike. And I'm like, oh God, this guy's going to rob me. Wait a second. No, that's Anthony.
There's me. There's me.
I feel so safe up in that fortress of a house on the hill. It's so nice.
Yeah.
But then somebody just comes up and immediately shatters the illusion. You're like,
throws
oh, I'm
tacks
actually
down.
quite vulnerable.
Caltrops.
Well, so it was super cool though because I went up there and it really is, man. His house is like a perfect pit stop.
Nice.
Like stopping
Yeah.
point. So what I think I'm gonna start doing is
Well, you just
I'm
pull in
going to
that
start
bay.
putting 91 gas cans, like premium gas,
Yeah.
storing it at his house,
love
right?
this, yeah.
So I'm cruising, I stop, and he's like, "Hey, what are you doing anything here?" I'm just filling up gas, right? And he's like, "Oh, cool. You want to come inside for a coffee, espresso?"
I had only been there
Beer.
for about 5 to 10 minutes max. And I was planning on leaving very shortly after because I was just getting some paperwork out of a safe, moving some stuff around because I'm doing all this other paperwork things. You caught me at exactly the moment I was there. I was shocked that he timed it so well. I was like, has he been stalking or like what's going on?
So, pretty good time. Not
That's a
gonna
great
lie.
time.
So anyway, but we
Did you
talked
get
for a
to
little
see
bit.
the destruction
Got
in
to
his
see
home?
the
Yep.
destruction,
Nice.
which is not as bad as what people think.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, good.
It's very
Couple
strategically
squares cut out.
Yeah, there's things cut out, but it's not like I was literally envisioning like a mouse trap situation.
Well,
like there is holes all the way through the top of his ceiling. And
Mouse
it's just
Hunt.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah,
not.
that
Yeah,
movie.
Mouse
Oh,
Hunt, not
man.
Mouse Trap.
With
But
Nathan Lane.
it just wasn't the same. And so no, it looked great. But I took off from there. Enjoyed the rest of my ride. Honestly, I wanted to jump on the Triumph because on the Triumph, it's got fork seals on that too that were done. So I wanted to go work those in. Hit some dank wheelies. Now I can promise Katie I would not do the wheelies anymore.
12
now that I'm a
o'clockers.
father, right?
Yeah.
I have to be responsible.
Can't do it because he's a father.
But
Yeah, 'cause she'd be mad at you
no.
if you like fell and like broke something on yourself. Like if you broke like your hip
Oh my God! I
Doing
don't
a wheelie?
imagine that. My hip already feels broken.
or your leg
Maybe
or
it'll knock him
something.
back into place.
Yeah,
Like-
yeah.
Like if you broke like an arm and a hip,
yeah.
Oh, boy.
I don't think she'd be all that happy with you.
Probably not. But I yeah, so that was pretty much it. Then the rest of Saturday, I think I got home from that. And let me make sure that my timeline is correct. I always have to look at my photos. Yeah,
So-
that was pretty much it. That was it. That was pretty much it for my Saturday. And then Sunday was super chill. I wish more would have went on, but that's nothing. It was kind of a gloomy on Sunday, which I'm glad I went out and went riding.
Yeah.
My plan was I wanted to get some of the cars washed on Sunday, so I've been saving Katie's 4Runner. It's absolutely filthy.
Yeah.
I have not washed it once this winter, not once. So I'm waiting to do perhaps maybe a video that we can do here, showing how crazy it actually, how dirty it actually has gotten. But yeah, it was too cold. It would have been too cold to wash, too cold to really do anything like that. So it was mostly just to stay inside. I finished Jack Reacher.
Yeah.
You didn't seem particularly impressed.
No. More of the size comparisons in that stupid show, right? My favorite line, right? When they were like looking for somebody or something like that. It was at this airport and they're looking for this lady with this briefcase. And she's like, maybe we missed her. We can't find her. And he's like, nobody walks past me without noticing me, or something like that, right? And I'm like, get out of here. Stop making these stupid size comparisons. You're not that
it's so
big,
funny.
right? And then, oh my God. I hate that. I hate it so much when
Just
they do
sounds like insecurity
Yeah,
to me.
right?
that. So they do
feel like
these
we need to get
stupid
I
size
think we need to get him here.
comparisons, right? And so I just think, whatever, man. So I finished watching that show, but then what I ended up watching was The Kingsman.
Yeah, I watched it too.
You
on
watched
Sunday,
The Kingsman too?
last night.
And
It was okay.
was that not like 7 movies in one?
Yes.
It was.
I haven't seen it, but I really-
was.
It felt.
wanted
It
to.
felt. So I love Matthew Vaughn.
Please.
I love all of Matthew
Yeah.
Vaughn's movies, and so I'm
Kick-Ass is super fun.
always in. I love Matthew Vaughn. So I'm like, oh sweet, Kingsman. And I told Carly. So we watched some Gemstones, and then we watched Kingsman, and it wasn't bad.
Yeah.
It just, I was like, there's way too much going on in this movie. Way too much. I like that they kind of glazed over some of the key points of World War One.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah.
Like they added some stuff. Like
Well, it's not like supposed to
It
be
wasn't-
realistic, but
yeah, but it was like okay, all right. Like I was just kind of bummed because I thought they would get into like they told the story. They would focus more on the story. I like that the what's his name played the 3 characters in it. Played the King of England and
Yeah.
the King of Germany and the Kaiser and all that. Like the same guy. Like I thought that was funny. But yes, G.
There was-
Davis. Yes, rest in peace, Conrad. I think he was the best character in that whole story. And you're right, the plot was all over the place. It was just. It was like 7 movies in one.
It was like 7 movies in one, and I honestly,
good. I
dude,
liked
I
it.
thought that was a 3-hour movie.
Yeah,
it
I
wasn't
did
3
too. It was
hours,
2
but
hours.
It felt like
2 hours,
it was
10
3
minutes. I
hours.
know because I looked because at an hour I was like, they've crammed so much into this.
Yeah.
How
Would you
long
say
is
it's
this?
worth watching, though?
It's worth watching.
It's worth
It's
watching.
I really
fun.
wanted to because I like the
It's-
concept of
It's
it.
fun. You'll like it. If you've watched
Okay.
the other Kingsmans, you'll like it.
I really loved the first one. The second one was,
Yeah.
I
But-
only liked honestly the most takeaway thing for that whole thing for me was the
Agreed, G. Kingsman 2
was the
was-
Goat Mountain
That was hilarious.
Right,
I
the
love
Goat
that.
Mountain. I like that, and then I like the fight, the music choice for the fight. It with what's his name?
Rasputin.
Rasputin.
Yeah, I thought that was probably the best choreographed fight scene I've ever seen.
Whoa.
And the guy that did that, the guy that played Rasputin, I loved the ballet moves.
I wanted to
that he
see
did.
the whole
I think
Rasputin
that was
angle.
hilarious. Like there were some scenes in there where I was like, "Oh, this is awesome!" Like that, I think was amazing.
Yeah,
But
that
they
was
did.
it.
But that's how Rasputin, the story of Rasputin dying.
Oh, really?
They did a good job of
So
portraying
they actually
that.
go through the story?
Yeah,
Awesome.
kind of. Yeah, in that sense,
So-
they made it their own, but it was
Okay,
'Cause,
so it strays
he's-
a little from
because he was
official
poisoned,
record.
he was stabbed, he was
And
shot
just
with a
wouldn't
gun,
die.
he was drowned. There was a ton of stuff that happened to him.
Yeah.
But in the reality, they make it all happen. In the movie, they make it all happen in one. So you're like, okay, they checked the boxes.
Okay, so it's okay.
So,
Interesting.
no, ended up watching that, and I finished Peacemaker. I will say
Yeah.
that.
You like that?
That oh my god, that show, man!
The
I
ending
can't
is-
wait.
oh
The fact
boy.
that they confirmed a season 2 has made everything right in the world. So I'm pretty excited. But
True,
yeah,
you're right. He was. Gee.
That was it. That
Yikes.
was it. So Dane, tell us about yours.
Okay, so on Friday, basically I had a plan to go meet up with my Aunt May Lee and Kelly and go hang out with them in Cuna because we had set up like a dinner, kind of arrangement. And Liz was going to come with me. She had a horrible headache. She couldn't go. So I ended up going by myself. But the reason for the dinner was, number one, fun, Riceworks, fun little, Asian restaurant out there that
My
May wanted
friend
to get
owns the
stuff from.
place.
Sounded good. That's cool. And then she also wanted to pick my brain about podcast stuff because as somebody who has done like rehabilitation therapy stuff for folks who, are users and that kind of thing, she's more of a recovery coach. So she has kind of taken all that previous experience of working at, those kinds of situations and turned it more into, okay, we're getting out of the therapy side of things and doing more of the coach kind of thing.
Yeah.
Where you're actually like, okay, rather than telling me everything that's wrong, what can we do to help get you moving? And that's kind of her process. So she's looking to start doing a podcast that's kind of centered around that and wanted to tackle a bunch of topics. And it was awesome. She brought out like this huge itinerary and she's like, don't hold back, tell me what you think. And it was basically like a whole piece where it talked about like, here's the tone I'm looking for on the show, here's my basic idea of an intro, here are titles I'm thinking of, ideas for different episodes. And I went through and basically spent about 2.5 hours, 3 hours like helping critique stuff with her and working over it. And it was fun because it gave me an opportunity to do a lot of podcast type things as far as throwing ideas out there and process and stuff that I can't necessarily do here because we're a company and we are focused on detailing. It's just a different kind of ball game, approaching podcasting in a different way than we do it here.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a chance to flex a little creative muscle and like help her like, okay, for your particular goals, maybe we try doing something this way. And she's going to go talk to the folks at Speak Boise downtown to help her record it and do that kind of stuff. So I'm excited. I think it's going to be really good for her. But she's got a lot of personality, so I know she doesn't have a problem there. She'll do the job for sure, but she'll do like interviews and kind of build on that.
Why doesn't she just reach out to your dad and say she wants to podcast here?
Well, she could do that, except it's set up a little differently, I think,
True.
than what she's looking for. But the folks at Speak Boise will do like the editing for her and handle that kind of stuff. So I think it's just good to have kind of a full meal deal. She can get it handled that way. But I highly encourage she go talk to them. So because Gabe and I at one time went and talked to those guys just to see if we could like share ideas and stuff, and they ended up being really cool. So I figured I'd recommend them. But basically spent a lot of time just kind of breaking down a lot of ideas about how that stuff should work, and I'm looking forward to seeing what she can manage with it. But it was just fun to talk.
Nice.
To her.
Yeah.
So that was cool. And then following day, which was Saturday, was the day, as Anthony mentioned, he had been riding around, and I was just kind of running some errands. I mean, I wasn't doing anything super specific. I was just getting paperwork, like setting up tax stuff, that kind of thing. And I got it in my head that I think I need to drive the T-Bird. I think I need to actually move that thing more than just like take it over here, park it in storage, do that.
Well, yeah, you
You
drove
need to
it.
spread its
it's
wings.
called a shake-
Allow that bird to fly.
Shakedown, run,
Yeah.
blow out the cobwebs,
Yes.
whole nine.
Yeah.
You know.
And part of the reason I hadn't done that was because my first experience driving it was, oh God, this thing has a number of things wrong with it. It is sketchy to drive. And of course, I, eternal genius that I am, decided, I'm going to take this out on the open road and see how it feels.
But you picked the right day, I think.
No.
Cool.
Saturday was awesome because of all the days, yes, it was cool, but it was the warmest day we'd had in a while. And it was clear. It was
it's
good
a perfect day to
conditions.
run that motor.
Yeah. So give it a chance. Find out what it's really made of, what the problems are. Just get a sense of it. And very, very quickly, from the moment you start it, those windshield wipers just start going. They don't stop. If you apply throttle, they do stop because it's like vacuum operated or something.
Oh, okay.
And
there wasn't
pushing,
a switch? Or
pushing,
switch
pulling, turning the switch does absolutely nothing. The wiper switch does absolutely nothing.
Okay.
So unless there's something disconnected on the back end, it doesn't feel loose.
So wipers, number one.
But I can't figure out what the problem is. I think I have to pull off like that cowl, in front of the windshield and just take a look under there and see if there's
So wipers number one.
So wipers are just the whole time. Same speed until you apply throttle, and then they stop, and I'm like, I can position it based on throttle, which is goofy, but, whatever. But no, it felt good getting on the road. I think it definitely needs some carb tuning. It feels like at idle, just starting up, unlike a modern car with fuel injection, electronic fuel injection in particular, where you kind of like high idle and then it works its way down after it gets to temp and does all that stuff. No, on a carbureted car like this, it's just the whole time until you put it into gear. And I'm like, okay.
Well, it does have a high and low throttle. You usually have to step on the gas a couple times to get it to disconnect. So it might be a sticky throttle linkage.
Maybe that's it then, because I was sitting there for a good 10 minutes going, are you ever going to drop your idle speed? Because right now it feels like you're just sitting at, I don't know, maybe like 11 or 1200 RPM, which felt like a lot. I was just like, But I throttled a little bit and that would like cut off. That's the problem. I have some experience with carbureted vehicles, but none that are this old. Like not with any regularity.
These
like
are very
having driven
simple.
a few classic Mustangs and stuff, I was used to like, okay, they behave a little differently. But this one, no, I throttle it out completely and it just wants to stall.
Yeah.
So I have to be careful with that, give it a little lighter throttle.
Yeah.
Anyway, took it out on the road. I took it all over and I drove pretty much from about 3:30, 4 p.m. Until it was after dark.
Okay.
Which, with those headlights, I didn't even know what kind of headlights I was really going to be getting. So that was exciting to find that out.
Yeah.
Super dim.
So your driving was wipers.
Yep.
Throttle is a little off.
Alignment, goofy as hell.
Okay.
And when you press the brakes, other than the fact that it feels like you're stepping on a rock and you have to keep pushing to get anything out of them, I expect that from a drum brake, really old car. It pulls super hard to the left when you brake. So when I'm taking a corner, if it's a corner going a particular direction, I have to calculate in my head, how much is this going to pull me to the left, and counter steer just a little bit as I'm braking, which is especially exciting when you're going down a road with a big drop off.
Yeah.
Which I did because I went up Bogus Basin, which was super smart.
Yeah.
But took it up Bogus Basin. I think Nick has some pictures. I sent him some things.
Rode nice.
Yeah,
Wasn't
no,
too bad.
the ride quality is good. However, I could definitely hear like creaking, and it needs some like new springs.
We know
and
it
stuff.
needs shocks in the back.
It definitely needs that. And also, just from seeing it stationary on the ground, just sitting static, you can tell like one side is a little bit lower than the other up front. It looks like there's definitely a disparity there, so it just needs some attention up front. Me and B saying it sounds like the choke is sticking for high idle issues. Yeah, that may be the case. I was looking around for a choke. I couldn't find one anywhere on the inside, so I'd have to go under the hood, I think.
There might be one inside. There might not be.
Yeah, because the two pull levers I've got inside that are like obvious big pull levers. One is for your hood release, and then the other is your parking brake.
Okay.
And they both come out of the dash.
Yeah.
So it's a little different, but. As far as like little switches go,
but
I don't have a
not
choke.
Bad.
No,
honestly,
it actually
you could do either a new
well.
carburetor or a rebuilt carb, or you could do a fuel injection system,
which is pricey but worth it for reliability. Certainly, the thing that is troubling to me that I want to figure out is I know anytime you have a pre-cat car, they're going to smell a little gassy. That's normal. What's not normal, though, and I'm convinced of this, is something is burning under there, probably like electrical wiring or something. It smells like it's burning, which is why I jokingly titled this episode Shake and Bake, because it's a shakedown run, but the car was also baking.
Yeah.
So, it was a little bit...
You never know.
Yeah.
Probably the electric stuff for the wipers.
So I stopped by, I was driving through the Hill Road area, and then I got to Eagle, and I stopped at a Napa Auto Parts just to take a look in there and like check for some carb cleaner or something like that. And just take a look, and I didn't realize they were about to close. But one of the guys went to the front door to go lock it. He's like, "Is that your car? Smells like a burning out there?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, I think that's it." And he's like, "Yeesh!" But then I'm like, "Oh great, everybody else thinks it smells horrible too." Yeah, I get that.
How was the temperature?
The temp, according to the gauge, was fine.
Yeah.
And I think it was fine, except I still felt like there was like a little bit of smoke coming from under the car. Not a bunch, like the exhaust
might
is
have an exhaust
puffing
leak,
a bit,
too.
but there may be an exhaust leak because I still felt like I was getting some stuff forming.
Well, and if the carb
around
is
the door
carb
area.
and choke are bad, then it's not getting the right air to fuel mixture.
Yeah,
and
and that's
so-
So it's
probably a
running
good chunk of
rich,
it.
probably.
So
You
basically,
gotta do a fuel additive, right? That's safe.
no, I didn't touch that thing. I didn't put anything.
Well,
in it.
I just want to say that Techron produces a fantastic fuel additive that you can start throwing into your
boy,
vehicles.
yeah. I love Chevron
Pick
Techron.
up at your local. I'm a big fan of Halvalin oil.
I'm a
as
big
well.
fan of Havoline as well.
Are you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tried and true.
So, on that front, I decided, okay, I better put some gas in here. I don't know how much gas is in it because the gas gauge does not function. I
Right.
think the sender, the fuel sender, needs to be swapped or something, updated, whatever. So it's either the gauge or it's literally the actual sender needs to
In
be
the tank,
replaced. Yeah. So that's another thing to figure out. Other than that, my blower speed, I can hear it running, but the fan inside is, it's hot and it's cold, but it's very modest as to what it actually does. Because you had the pull lever for the heater and the pull lever for the air conditioning. And obviously I wanted to keep the air conditioning off because, hey, that robs your power. But yeah, I was just trying it out, seeing what worked. And I found that the cassette player in it does work, which was surprising. So that actually functions.
That's kind of fun.
It looks like it's from maybe the 80s or
Yeah.
so when it was put in, maybe early mid-80s. This is one of those turn the knob and it turns on, but it's the most out-of-place looking thing on the dash in that car. Otherwise, yeah, it's just some stuff to figure out. But I want to figure out the burning smell because
But you
that's the
enjoyed
most
it. You had
concerning.
fun, though, right?
I did. I was vibing. I had all the windows down, including the rear ones, which I need a crank on the passenger side rear window. But I got it to go. Need to get new trim for those windows. It's just figuring out all this stuff. But I liked it. It drove slightly difficultly. So I had to figure out how I was going to manage that. But I drove up and down Bogus. I'm like, it made it the whole way. Didn't catch on fire. Didn't seem to be leaking anything. But still, like an exhaust leak or something is definitely a strong possibility.
It didn't die on you at all, though, right?
No, it did not stall on me. I think that was just a winter thing. It was literally the first time I've been started in a while, so that was interesting.
That's
good.
But alkaline popping out here with sometimes the fuel gauge uses electric resistance and the needle just needs to be bent back into place. Maybe it's that.
There's
I
a lot
haven't
of.
really looked that
I'm
close at it.
excited for this little
So
project.
I'm seeing what I can do within a modest budget that will get this good running. I don't need to make it visually perfect. It might be fun to wrap or something. I don't know. But I did.
How long do you see yourself having this for?
It's really a wild card. It depends on if I get to a point where I feel like the money is better utilized some other way. Because originally that was going to be part of my down payment for the house, but it ended up being in addition to cash for the truck. So it's just the way it worked out.
Well, the nice thing is this car is never going to depreciate.
No, it's
And
hit
if
the
you
bottom
make it,
and it's gone
and
back
if you make
up.
it reliable and a driver, that
Exactly.
someone could take it and just drive it.
Well, and
That's all it needs to be.
logically, the way I look at it is, while it may not be visually perfect, it doesn't need to be. It can appeal to someone like Levi here, who's looking for something that runs good, looks good in its own way, but you can make it like, not rat rod, but you could just
You
make
can
it
do
a
whatever you
little
want
bit
with it.
a little bit rougher looking, and it's fine. And that's okay, because the problem is if you go after the crowd who are like, oh, I want it to look like vintage, I want it to look factory, I want it to look those things, you're never going to satisfy a person who wants perfection because this car it's not going to get to that level without a full ground.
But if you make it a good driver,
But if I
Be
make
able
it a
to
good
sell it to
driver, it's solid. So that bleeds into what happened on Sunday, which was I came back on Sunday and I was just driving around taking care of some more errands and stuff. And I called up Boise Muffler Auto Repair, and they picked up the phone on Sunday. And I was
Nice.
shocked by that. I was like,
yeah.
they're
Well, it's the
closed.
husband and wife that owns it
Yeah,
now.
and so she answered the phone, and she was just like, it's so funny. We normally never pick up on Sundays, but we were just talking about you. And then it hit me. I was
the
like,
rag company.
oh, my God, it
Sure.
says the rag company on the phone.
Yeah.
They think this is Levi. And I'm like, okay. I go, hi, I'm not Levi. but I work with him. And that's really cool. You picked up the phone. I didn't expect that to happen. She was just like, yeah, normally it wouldn't, but you got my undivided attention. What's up?
Yeah,
it's just
they're
like,
good. They're good people.
Just such nice people. So, yeah, I basically gave her the spiel in the car that I wanted to be a good runner, but I don't need it to be perfect. I just want to fix the stuff that's like hazardous.
Yeah.
Because there's probably a couple things on there that need attention, whether it's fuses or other stuff. Because I also learned fuse boxes didn't really become a thing until later into the 60s. In 1960, they were still inline, so you got to follow the wiring around the car, which I don't have a lot of experience.
That's where your
pulling
friends
those
at
apart.
Painless Wiring come into play. They'll get you a fuse box and fully get everything you need to rewire that vehicle to the current OBD2 specs.
That sounds awesome. Okay, so cool idea.
that idea.
I imagine that's not cheap.
But anyway, so you called them.
so
Are you thinking of
called
dropping
them.
it off?
Yeah, I basically gave them the spiel, and they explained that with older cars, their thing is they like to take their time with them, and they kind of like to space them out. They don't want to have a whole bunch of just jalopy sitting there all the time. They're working on newer vehicles, but the old ones get good attention if they're spaced out. So they set me up for like March 14th or something. So it's a ways out, but I'll drop it off there. And then they said, we'll just come up with a laundry list of everything it needs.
Yeah, they'll go through it.
You pick and choose what you want to do. And I'm like, perfect. That's exactly what I was hoping for.
Yep.
So I'd rather have somebody who works on a lot of classics just eyeball it and go, yeah, no, this isn't normal, or this is normal, and you shouldn't really expect any different. Because, there's differences. Like our experience with a lot of these older cars is oftentimes they're resto-modded, they're, fixed up. We're seeing the end result of a lot of money and a lot of work a lot of times, not usually seeing some of the rougher examples.
Well, this is still a pretty stock car.
Yeah. So for my experience, I'm used to seeing the, more worked on ones.
Yeah.
So seeing something that's more true to the original is awesome. And getting a chance to drive it and all that stuff is awesome, but it also raises a whole lot of like, okay, I don't have a sense of what's normal here, so I need a second opinion to really go through and figure it out. But yeah, it was nice just figuring that out. And then apart from that, it was really just, hanging out with Liz at my parents' house. They went off to, go have dinner. That my dad and mom were driving the Jag. Fortunately, they actually got that out and went driving. They went to like Lake Lowell, and then they drove around and had dinner at my Aunt Maylee's house because they were already kind of near Cuna. So they're just like, oh, we'll drop by. So Liz and I ended up ordering a flying pie and watching a whole bunch of season 2 of The Witcher. So
nice.
That's fun.
Flying pie.
Yeah.
You go to that habanero pizza, Dane?
Whether it's going in or going out, it's a rough time with those. So,
I need to try it. I've never
It's
tried
delicious.
it.
I've had it
Never tried
a couple of times. Once to try and impress a
lady friend.
a lady friend's father, and that was the time that I ate half the pie and he ate half the pie, and I'd never had it before. That was excruciating.
Yeah.
But I had to man up and do the thing, and I did it. But by God, like they had ice cream next to you, taunting you, and they're like, if you grab it though, just know you're not as cool as you could be. Yeah, and you're sitting there peer pressured into just don't take the ice cream, don't do it. Yeah, man. So it was just brutal. But
my little brother used to eat the habanero pizza, and he'd bring it to work afterwards and put it in the fridge at my shop, and then he'd put it in the microwave and gas all of us out from the heated habaneros again. And then he'd take it into the office and do invoicing for me. And so you'd walk in and you'd burn your eyeballs when you walk into the office. You're like, geez, what'd you put in? He's like, it's a habanero pizza. It's sweating.
It's in the air now. Wow. So, yeah, that's basically what I was doing this weekend, setting that up. And, I'm not Levi. Oh, hello? Click. No, they were super cool. Yeah. Like, really, really nice folks. And I'd taken a vehicle to them before, so they're familiar. My poor little Mazda B3000 got diagnosed.
Well, this is new ownership now. This is new owners. So the gal you talked to, her and her husband bought the company from Rod. So
interesting. Okay, well, positive experience. Really
and they positive. And her husband was his lead mechanic for the last 15.
So they still have a connection.
Last 15 years or so. And Rod still comes in and builds custom transmissions.
Okay. Well, cool. Yeah. So here's hoping that things can be worked out on that. Oh, I should also point out that the Cruise-O-Matic transmission on that car, horribly vague. Like when you're selecting a gear, it is just a guessing game. You know it's somewhere around here. You're looking at the little circle move over the letters. So that is not accurate to what's happening. Thinking. I have it over neutral, and it's like, you're in reverse now. And I'm like, oh, God.
So here's what I'm thinking. We find Dane a 5.0 Coyote motor crate with a new Tremtech 6-speed manual. And
supercharge it.
Yeah, supercharge it. And then we do some hop-up stuff on the suspension, You know, there's probably some companies that are building some stuff. Probably Fox body stuff will fit on it, but
we're gonna do a cut on the rear, right? We're gonna do a cut on the rear,
competition cut.
Yeah, competition cut on the rear, right? Yeah. Get bash bars in the back, right? Mm-hmm. And then what I'm thinking is hella lights mounted on the roof, right?
Well, just
turning into a resto mod, or is it
we'll put them in the grill.
Derby car?
Put them in the grill.
Put them in the grill. Yeah.
Oh.
The hella lights in the grill, and then
the high beams will replace with yellow bulbs.
And we're doing plexiglass.
They're already yellow. You don't have to worry about that.
Plexiglass windows is what we're doing.
Okay.
Right, riveted plexiglass windows. This will be a race car.
This
is a full-on demo derby car.
I think it'll be pretty rad.
Man.
Then
it's
ready for the hill. Then it's ready for the bogus basing hill climb.
It is. Oh my gosh! Get those R888s on there, right?
Geez.
Let
Fat
it eat.
rubber, right?
Yeah,
Let
some
it
Koenig
eat.
wheels.
Koenig wheels. Gosh.
There's something so satisfying about it, taking a car that big and heavy and making it into something more
know.
agile than it should be.
Dane, that's literally my joy in life.
Yeah, that is an idea.
Think of
I
the
like
launch.
that.
Blown suspension.
Man. Meanwhile, Mazina's out here. I'm currently on the hunt for a budget car for under $12K, and it's difficult.
Oh, you
Wife
traded
and
your
I
cars for
our
the new
cars
car.
For a Momobile.
Yeah. Well, it's good to have one super reliable family car that you can throw stuff in. Yeah, Mazina, I'm sorry. Look for like a little S10 pickup. That's what you should get. Get yourself a little S10.
Well, if you've already got
Callie
the
would love that.
Momobile, you've got the practical side covered.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming with your
They bought
$12K,
a
you're
Ford
just
Edge.
looking for.
They bought a Ford Edge.
Okay, they got it. They got a Ford Edge. So that's just crossover, a little less space.
So I'm saying,
Explorer,
pick up there. I was looking at S10s on Facebook Marketplace. Pick up like a little extended cab S10 that can be your daily little 2.2 4-cylinder.
Well, that's the question. Yeah,
you
do
can
you
drive
need to
it.
haul the family in it, or is it mostly just for you?
Yeah, and then you and her can take turns with it.
Put the baby in
there.
there.
But they can take turns. Let's say she wants to run to the grocery store. She doesn't want to take the Edge because he's got to go do something with the baby. She can just hop in the S10. We all know Callie's told us many, many times she loves S10 pickups. Why not just buy it? Perfect time.
Nasty
S10
Nate.
with an
Nate's
LS
got
swap
that covered.
just like Nasty Nate's.
Nasty Nate's got his S10 with an Ellis swap here at the Rag Company, and
that sounds insane.
It sounds insane. I still haven't gone for a ride in it yet. I still need to go for a ride
It's
on it.
vicious and brutal and everything I want.
I know it's nasty. So
what a great way!
Yeah, I don't know. I'd say
way.
look into some. There's some good cars for $12K and under that could still be fun. It just depends on what budget. I mean, I wouldn't even consider a $12K and under budget.
No, $12K is actually a handsome budget for a
and the
fun,
S10s I'm talking
car.
about are like $2,500, dude. No, she got the SUV she wanted. I can get the car. S10 will fit in the back. You can
it has to fit a car seat, so the S10 is out.
Okay. I don't know, but I know Cameron. He likes the Euro cars.
He does like the Euro cars.
He doesn't like the tuner stuff. He doesn't like the it doesn't seem like he likes the American made stuff.
So
too
he's
much.
about the Euro
You
stuff.
never know.
I feel like he's going to gravitate towards another Volkswagen or Audi, but at the same time,
I love that he put that all.
He
in
doesn't
caps.
have to.
No, she got the SUV.
No.
Yeah.
Super aggressive.
No. Maybe it's exactly why we call him Nasty Nate, because it's
S10
just
with a,
when he's rolling, dude. What's so funny, the way Nate sits in that truck.
Oh yeah.
Like when I roll up with his windows down, he just kind of because Nate can be so what's the word I'm looking for when you don't have a expression.
Deadpan. He's very deadpan.
It's just kind of aloof.
So he can be very
stoic.
deadpan. So he just look over at you at a stoplight. And just kind of like glance over at you and look back at the road, which I know he's joking, but and I know
he
we're
can
both
do it.
wanting
He
to
can
laugh
do it really well,
but he can just hold it in really, really well, and it's so funny when he's sitting in that.
He's a great actor.
But anyways, check out the Grand Ambassador program for Brian Schwab.
Yeah,
that's probably the best thing that we have in terms of sponsorship opportunities. So, that's pretty much all I got. Biggest takeaway though, I went to the gym twice this weekend.
Impressive. Proud of you.
I'm gonna keep going this week.
Good job.
I'm gonna try to keep going more and more and more. How many times should I go? Not every single day.
I don't know, but I ate over 10
at least 3 times
ice cream sandwiches this weekend.
Oh my God. Okay.
Over a 3-day period though.
So I'm gonna try to go. If I go tonight, if I go maybe Wednesday, if I go maybe Friday again, and maybe another Sunday, if I can get knock out 4 or 5 days this week, 4 days, I'd be pretty stoked with my progress there. Right.
Yeah. Solid.
We'll see what happens. I don't know. Any goals for you?
Yeah, I gotta eat better.
No, I'm just saying that for this week in general.
I just not be
Ooh,
fat.
an IS250 would be good. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Oh, see, he would go kind of a tuner route. Mm-hmm. Yeah, once. $16K for the 150K miles.
Does the rag company want to fund
Cameron,
my
pop
car for
into
some
the
videos?
rag company group. I will give you some options later if you want. So we'll talk.
IS 250. Yeah, I've just never been a huge fan of those,
I
dude.
like them.
Honestly,
like
Cameron, do you want to know what you could get? TSX 6-speed, right?
Accurate
Acura TSX 6-speed. I don't think you'll get more bang for the
Same
buck.
size car, wrong wheel drive.
Same size car. It's right.
The IS is rear wheel drive, so it's automatically more.
But it's
fun.
always an automatic. You cannot.
Yeah,
you
you
cannot
can't get a
a
manual,
manual.
though. That's what sucks.
You cannot get a manual 250.
unless you're getting an IS 300, which is the previous gen, and
Yeah.
then
But you're not
that
gonna
had.
find one that's not.
But
beast.
that
Yeah.
now is not even the size.
Then you got a naturally aspirated 2JZ in it. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think that the TSX is honestly, for what you get for your money, it's a pretty good deal.
Yeah.
Man. K24
Fair-
in there,
fair point.
banging gears, get that extra torque. Okay, yeah, I'm
He's
done.
not wrong. So anyway, guys, might as well get on
Honda
to Element. Nick says,
No.
"Hey, I loved my Element. Nothing wrong with
or a
that.
Ranger Sport Track. But the sport one.
It's an Explorer Sport Track,
the
but
sport-
still,
the sport model.
I want rear-wheel drive,
you
but
mean
okay.
the two-door
Just look at them.
closed
No, the
hatch?
4-door with like the body, like the lowered wide body kit that actually.
Oh
looks
no,
really
I was
cool.
talking about an Explorer
The-
Sport, which is a two-door
No, I
version
said
of the
a Sport
Explorer,
Track.
and then the Sport Track is a pickup bed,
But the
like
Sport
I
Track
had.
in the sport model is actually really cool. I saw one this weekend and I was like, damn.
Oh, you're talking about the Adrenaline.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Adrenaline. That's the body kit they had on it and all this
sport-
stuff, and the
sport
second gen Sport Tracks where it was actually, and you could get a V8 in it. Yeah, no, those were actually kind of cool looking in their own special
That's
way.
what Dane needs.
That's right. Kind of like a S10 Extreme.
Yeah, but the Extreme was
Those are
just a
such
body
ugly,
kit. That's all it
ugly
was.
kits.
I didn't
Just
think they were that
give us a
bad.
Typhoon or a
I'd
Cyclone.
take an Extreme now, but
Yeah.
Give me that
well.
Ford Lightning. I gotta start running parts for Harry.
Yeah.
Is what I gotta start doing.
Now,
Dude, I
Cameron-
would seriously love a Ford Lightning.
He's not
Come
wrong.
on.
Take a look
Oh,
at the
it'd be
TSX.
amazing.
You might actually
So
like
you can
it.
build, technically you can build a 400 horse standard cab short box Ford F-150 right now, today.
Yeah.
Now, Cameron,
With
I will.
400 horse.
So you know my neighbor diagonally from me has a Ford Lightning.
Yeah, but
a
you
red
could build
Ford
a
Lightning.
new Ford
Those are
F-150.
wonderful.
You
How
could
much?
build it
How
for
much would a
40
Ford
grand.
Lightning cost me?
A lot still. They're high. They're going up in price.
You know what's
It's
fun?
it's a single cab,
15
right?
to probably fit. You could find
Is a
it
Ford
for
Lightning
a single
12
cab?
to 25. Yeah.
Slightly more
That's
obscure.
the problem with it.
But if you like the Lightning, you like the supercharged, V8 that those have, but you're kind of wanting something
Well, you're a
that's not
motorcycle
Lightning,
guy. You could get
or
a
you
Harley
need to have.
F-150 edition.
Saw one this weekend.
Those
that's-
are supercharged.
I hate
So
it.
that's what I was getting at. Is
And
a
they're full
Harley
of leather.
Davidson edition F-150.
No, it's
It's a
the
crew cab,
worst.
and it's also supercharged.
It's
Yeah.
the worst
Yes.
thing
They're
ever
nice.
made.
And they're kind of
No.
ugly, but you still get
Oh
that
my
power
God.
control, and that's where I was
The only
going
thing
with
worse
that.
than a Harley rider is
A lot of people
Harley
don't know that
truck
those are actually
rider.
supercharged.
You,
Yeah.
you take all the stickers off. Like, it's totally debadged.
Also, the TSX could come in a wagon for the second generation. I highly recommend that, but that's just me. Anyway, guys, we are done here. We have covered a lot of different things here, and
Yeah.
high mile second gen Lightnings are 20K.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Yoshi, you're not wrong there.
That's second gen, though. You want a first gen
Yeah,
Lightning.
get a first
Those are the
gen.
coolest
Oh,
ones.
the classic, that favorite body style. So anyway, music's playing me out. I can feel it.
Yeah.
We're getting told to leave. This is how much we've meandered through this, but I appreciate everybody who listened, who watched. It's been fun. I like car talk. I love when we can get into
Hot
this
car
stuff.
talk.
So hot car talk, and shake and bake as you will. So anyway, if you haven't subscribed, please do so to this channel, as well as the main Rag Company channel, where we're always dropping fresh stuff. You should check it out. There's fun videos coming out all the time. You were just doing something with Gabe's running boards. Yeah, that's right.
Oh, the solution finish video.
Yeah,
Insert
there you
title
go.
here.
Yeah, I was waiting to give him a chance.
Yeah,
He didn't
insert
fill it. That's
title
okay.
here. Yeah.
Anyway, guys, thank you so much.
Check it
We'll catch
out.
you later. Look out for Q&A Thursday coming this Thursday. See ya.
Bye.